Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Blood and Sand. Where we last left off our band of miscreants, they had just recently brokered a deal with the matron, leader of the Drow, within the city deep below the Dead Mountain. They had conscribed with Duragar and tried to survive off of slave trade for quite a long time. However, the party is ordering it to cease. Whilst the matron is aware that it's a dangerous fight for both sides, she's not willing to risk her very limited number of people in that fight. So, she's willing to, after discussions with plans of reforging a form of ring and giving it its full power, that there is one threat that would prevent her from being able to mass exodus her people to somewhere safe. New Growth being potentially referred to. This is an ancient being. A being who has plagued this world for millennia. Vildikish, the Beholder, whom has, through whatever machinations his insanity has wrought, caused or curated or otherwise coerced the vermin of the deeps to his service. The party, aided by Belna and Nelba, two Drow twins, one a warrior and a mage, made their way through the depths. With their knowledge of the area and the party's clear skill in battle, carving their way through the swarm. They find themselves now, as Buckley Calibra has smashed, using the Lion's Bane, a large portion of wall and door that is the entrance to the room of this Beholder. Inside, they see a swarm of 60 vermin. Two of these heavily armored brutes, a rodent that had ran ahead to warn the others, and a plagued individual hiding at the back. As the magic of the anti-magic zone occurs, nullifying all your enchantments and all your effects. Only Dalmara sees it amongst everyone, but Shimmer, the golden dragonborn, scales from top to bottom just begin to shift as his form changes, where there's odd pink designs and scars left from removed or damaged scales, but he is black, with speckles of gold, like onyx or obsidian that is being covered with golden dust at points. And with that, the Beholder taunted you forward. You dare enter my domain? Oh, darlings, this shall be too much fun. I haven't had a fight in years. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we begin tonight's combat. Initiative has already been rolled, so we're going to keep them, because some of those are useful for you guys, some are very useful for me. And with that, it is going to be Belna who actually gets to go in first.
Open the gate! Beholder, close the gate! It's got loads of loot. Open the gate a little.
Bao rushes in.
Get in there, my chum!
He dashes in forward. The Shadow Blade effect from the spell that he and his brother had worked no longer in effect, but he fires off a hand crossbow first into the horde in front of him, and he does hit, killing 2, and he's going to swing forward with the short sword, and he misses. In the tension beforehand, the palm was sweaty, and he just nearly loses the blade, but has to catch it back. They'll be weak in a minute once the Beholder starts. But he does kill 2 of these. And with that, Alistair Dartwood, my dear boy, it's your turn.
Left or right?
Yes!
I'll go right. Okay, let's zoom in on the map a little bit. I don't need to concentrate on what's at the back at the moment. Let's get there first.
Let's clear the wave. Clear the wave.
So,
Also, to clarify, Alistair, you have your bow out currently, correct?
yes. Because I can't use... Well, no point using sword and shield because I don't have a shield anymore, so I'm going pure ranged.
It's stuck as a bow then.
Yeah.
Can't change it.
For the time being.
You've made a decision and you got to commit.
Hey, I'm a ranger.
Ranger's got a range.
Also sounds like
Ranged
range.
weapons. It's the no trust us. You can totally use a melee weapon class.
There's 20 feet up to there. I'm going to sink 2 shots into this rat horde in front of us.
Okay, fire out your shots. Fire out your first shot anyway, see if you kill.
Unmagical. Bow. I've only got a plus 11 to hit.
Oh no!
Woe to you. Roll a 1. Roll a 1.
Alice is
Also-
out, hunter extraordinaire!
Spook,
Please,
don't
can
forget.
the rest of the night be like that, please?
Spook, don't forget you also have damage because they've already been injured.
Yeah. Where are we looking at?
And
Colossus
now
Slayer.
you spent. That was your only roll.
So,
There you go.
you just watch as like all of the remaining 8 vermin just like lunge forward, almost like in unison. And as they do, Alistair like slides to the side and just fires out 1 shot through 8 necks.
When the timing is just right.
So rat kebab.
Calm down, Rango.
You made a single rat kebab currently. Would you like another?
Well, I moved 20 to there, so let's continue around to Schneer. There's me 30 feet movement. Out of the 2 of these, what am I looking at exactly?
So, what you're currently looking at is you're seeing this rat with these enormous, like, bulbous boils and gnashes on them, patches of cloth and leather across him, but he's got this nasty hook that is an extended outside, which is already, like, moving a lever, and watches it's almost like a pincer snapping, but it's got a lot of barbs poking into it. So I don't think I've showed him to you before, so there you
He's
go.
mine. He's the one who ran away from me.
I'm pretty sure the one who ran is the spellcaster at the back.
Yeah, he's like...
And the other one you see is this heavily clad in armor, black-furred vermin who's got this red crested blade almost style to the helmet, and it's just as heavy, by their standards, high quality, wielding a glaive.
I'm gonna hit this brood guard then.
Yeah,
Okay, you got.
Let's go for him. He looks a little nastier.
yeah, he does.
That is a hit.
I don't get to add anything to that.
The arrow sinks into his chest, and he just goes.
And that is my turn. Right, come on, guys. Big opener. Who's with me?
Grunts, what's your? Actually, no, it is Grunt next.
Where
So
is
Grunt,
everyone?
What's wrong?
Grunt, you're up. Don't forget, you don't have your 28 strength.
I've already adjust that.
How far? I've got my
Taking me
arm.
with you! Taking me with you!
Just grabs
I would
the
like
dwarf
to
with
raid.
one arm.
You just get into your classic feral rage, currently wielding the maul in just one enormous hand as you're just striding forward. You have to fight it with 2. Currently, you have it in 1 if you want to rugby ball.
And yeah, I move 80 feet up.
Perfect.
80 feet.
Do you take Nazda with you?
I'll let him take care of it.
I can.
You can just reach past Narrowan and grab him. Buckley.
Naren, get out of here! Wrong fantasy, fuck!
Train noises. Choo
So you just carry him and you bring him.
That's the end of
And
my
is that your turn? Okay. At the end of your turn, you watch as the major eye closes. And you see one of these smaller eyes aim upward, and I am going to roll my first.
Reaction,
Yes.
middle finger.
Oof. Nazdo, I need a Constitution saving throw.
No problem!
You're a fighter, remember you can reroll.
Oh no!
Well, don't dwarves also have damage?
He's naturally constitution built. 'cause-
Naturally, he's just a tough prick. I just need a con save.
Yeah.
You fail.
Yeah, nah, hold up. I'm a fighter, fuck this.
Yeah, Indomitable. I'm gonna say you've got a +9. Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, like this!
Okay, so instead of taking 34 points of damage, you instead take 17 points of damage.
Okay, so
From
we're
you
less
just
than-
watch this almost like it's just a beam with a spiral that follows it. It just twirls and it just strikes into you. You just feel your energy just being sapped by this blast.
17, you said?
17 total.
Cool.
Oh, advantage on saving throws against poison. Never mind.
This is necrotic damage, if that makes any difference.
I think I know
No,
what you're
doesn't make a difference to me. Only well.
No, that wasn't the
That's
big
not
one.
That's not the big one. Big one's Dex.
The big one
Yeah,
would have
bigger problem with that.
Okay, at that turn, then it's Nelba.
So we're less than 10 minutes in, and we've got 2 critical successes already.
You're gonna wear out quick.
Yeah, mine was not to take damage, so
Watch as Nelba just points towards the shadow demon it summoned on the previous turn, and just points inward. Goes, "Go be useful." Yeah, because it's not a Well,
It's not
It's
an
magical.
being.
but it's not a magical being. So actually, hang on a sec. I'm just gonna see. Can it move? It was summoned, but it's not much like, say, an elemental
The act of
existing.
summoning is magical.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
creature itself is not.
Yeah,
I mean, it
so,
might have magical features, but you know.
So currently, he shares his initiative with the shadow demon as well to make that point. But I'm going to move Nelba to here, and he's just going to pull out a hand crossbow and fire it from around the corner. I'm so useless right now, but I'm going to try and help. And he does 8 damage.
You said he closed his eye, so.
He did,
Yep,
and then the
that's
moment that beam hit, I back it open.
Oh.
It's literally just blast, open, blast, open, blast, open. He's doing it in a way where you can't hold a spell, because you have to be focusing on magic and harnessing it to wait for the eye. So instead it's just like, I open my eye, I close my eye now, blast, now it's open again.
anyone got any glue?
I've got a knife!
It's when a giant.
What do you have?
That's
not a
knife! I have 10 knives that Alistair gave me, and 2 other knives that I had myself.
Fuck
So
it, I'll
the-
staple him together. Pass it here.
Let's see now.
You're gonna just suture that fucking eye closed real quick?
You don't need that eyelid.
Grunt's biggest weapon. A curtain.
You just watch as the shadow demon as the bolt sinks in, and it sinks through one and then pierces through another of these soft, weak creatures. Just the shadow demon just rakes out its arms elongate and just rake out through the entire group, and they just get.
Nice.
At the end of that, it's going to use another beam. Oh boy. Bear in mind, guys, I think in my head who I'm going to aim at, but
And then
after
you get to
this,
roll what theme it is, don't you?
yeah, after this I'm going to declare who I'm aiming at, and then I'm going to roll it, but I whisper my rolls to myself. It's just
That's fine.
You don't have to tell
I'll
us.
look
Then.
something up in a minute.
because he doesn't like you and you took that blast really well, Nazdo, make a dexterity.
Wow. Oh, Dex, no.
No!
Oh no!
I have health.
I hope you do. No. You just watch as this central beam or eye stalk at the top of his head just raises up, and it just looks straight to Nazdo as the main eye closes, and this enormous blast of just pure necrotic energy crashes into you, and you take 58 points of necrotic
That's
damage.
fine.
That's a big number.
Yeah. Funnily enough, I rolled 1-1 and 1-10. Everything else was about average. That's Nelba's turn.
Still good.
Buckley. Oh wait, I have to check real quick. Oh yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's something else's turn now. So I'm going to add him now to the initiative because now it is the bastard here's turn. So let's just move him. He'll go. He actually goes before. And what's he going to do from this position? What can he do to help?
He can fuck off.
Nah, he's not about that life.
I beg to differ.
Can I roll to convince?
No.
I will convince him with my knife.
That's what he's going to do. He runs up to the side of Vildakish, who, by the way, their body is like this chitinous hide of... But from a distance it looks chitinous, but then you realize it looks more like scales that are just layered on top of each other. The vermin reaches up and touches him. And you just watch as his entire body turns to stone.
Because that's what we needed.
And he is going to cast that lovely spell, Stone Skin, and then he is going to promptly fucking behind his boss. And And that's his turn. Now I have to check because I think somebody else has a high initiative here. Who does? Not you. Not you. No. Buckley, it's your turn, my dear boy.
Not a fight you're well equipped for, I'm afraid, as a magic user, but do a spread.
Just do something, I guess. I used to be a monk. Whack!
By the grace of the dwarves,
Exactly.
fuck you!
That hit.
Actually, yes, it did. Well done.
Oh wow.
Good. God damn anti-magic!
Okay. And is that all you do?
That's all I can do. Fucking anti-magic. Kind of my
Okay.
fucking thing.
Well, this is the bad place. Now it's Vildekish's turn. And he's going to blast out 3 eye beams.
Who can he see?
Currently, he can.
Hey!
Currently, the people he can see are the 2 shitting brick houses here.
Yeah.
He can see the shadow demon. He can see.
Can't see Buckley because there's
No, he can't see you two because there's basically. I'm using this line as a point, and it's like from him stretching out an eye and leaning over. Can he see either of you? He doesn't have a long reach to say, so like anything is like a 5 foot for him, so he can't stretch out too far.
That's because he can't
So he can
stretch, he
only-
can just rotate in the air. It's a circle.
He can't see you two from this position. So what he's going to do instead is he's going to move up to here, where he can.
Oh god, I'm gonna move the entire cone.
No, I'm just going to keep the cone there for now. Because let's be real, it's still
Everywhere.
not too hard to.
That's
Oh.
important, they're almost out of it.
Yeah, boy.
Almost, but not quite. So he closes his eye, and I'm going to now roll. He's going to hit 1 at Alistair. He's going to hit 1 at Grunt. So first at Alistair, then 1 at Grunt, then 1 at Nazdo.
Fuck you, Buckley, you prick.
Nazdo, what
I
the?
normally
I
get
said
fucking
okay.
focus.
Okay, I said my 3rd beam on Nazdo.
Yeah.
Roll the 10 again.
Oh man.
Oh no.
Alistair,
Hello.
Constitution saving throw.
That's my
Grunt,
best one.
I need a Wisdom save. You fail, you
That's
take. Let's just do this.
Just to clarify, Dash, you said he closes his eyes for a moment when he does the beam. Does that make
So
sense?
yes, during that you would have your spell resistance. Yeah, that's a fair point.
That's clear. That's good.
That's a fair point. Alistair, you take, because you failed the DC, you take, and that was a very good roll on his part, holy shit. You take 41 points of necrotic damage from the enervation.
Oh.
Grunt,
think you're
with
fine.
your save, you are not frightened.
That's good.
Nazdo, I need another dexterity save. I was about to say death save, not quite.
Don't rush that much! Fine.
I know you're keen, but gee. Oh,
Oh no!
oh no.
I'm
We
alive!
just got it back! We just got
By the
it
way-
back!
I'm
By the
dead.
way, I'm gonna say this now. I've not augmented anything. Nazdo, woof, 68 points of necrotic damage.
I'm okay.
Oh god!
How okay are you?
I'm fucking bleeding all over the place, but I'm okay.
Oh
Oh
god.
god!
I'll be next to him in a moment.
I will say this as well. He's already used 2 of his beams. It has to go to the top of the initiative order before he gets his beams back. Otherwise, I'd be blasting you with 5 beams this turn, additional
I'm
to
gonna
the
cut
other
those
8.
fucking
That's not
things
fair.
off.
I mean, I'm not
No,
feeling
my
great.
dear.
Ow!
I am going to. I'm gonna run. This wall's totally gone, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna sort of like go through here and like hide behind this column,
Okay.
and I will then fling a knife across the room at that guy there who's next to Buckley.
What's your range on a knife throw?
I'm sharpshooter, so 60 foot.
Okay.
I'm not. Fuck.
That's a hit.
Yes! Yes!
Hey, do you want to know how much health he had?
Exactly that amount.
No, 21.
Woo.
You just watch as a knife buckles, you bash it into the skull, it tries to lean up back at you, and the knife goes into its jugular. It tries to pull at the knife, but it's already gone, as blood sticking out, and it just crumbles.
I look across the room and give a big thumbs up.
I get thumbs up back. And
Because I'm not like Nazdo, who fucking gets pissed off that somebody kills someone.
and just because I can, because I don't particularly want to move anyway.
Nobody wants to hear your phone.
Use my bonus action to hide behind the column from the horribleness.
Okay, that's fair. Make your stealth check then.
Stealth.
Wow. I mean, I get it, he's a big fucking guy, but that's a high passive perception. It's not that high. And at the end of your turn, Del, he's going to use his final beam, and he's noticing this little bastard at the back that's done nothing yet, so he's going to aim at Caleb.
Oh dear.
Oh shit.
I'm not here. What are you talking about?
Kalen, make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh yeah, right.
Who's killing? I don't know. I'm Shimmer.
Who is that? I don't know that name.
New fight, who
His
dis?
name plaque on the top above him changed.
New character, who dis?
Make a wisdom saving.
Wisdom? That's not a good
You-
number.
You just watch as a beam lashes out and strikes him into it, and he just crumbles to the ground. You got knocked the fuck out, son!
To sleep. Cool. Oh, I need to mark down that I'm down a knife because it didn't blink back to me.
Oh no.
Eh.
This is why I'm actually really. I know I never say this in character, but I'm really
Oh,
grateful
actually-
that you bought me 10 knives
Oh,
because
no.
now they're gonna have a use.
Let me get that for you, bitch.
Kalen, your turn goes bye-bye.
If he closes his eye, I can blink it back then.
All right.
Because you remain unconscious until you take damage, or somebody uses the rocket. Mazdo.
I feel a second wind coming.
Second thing is not a magical effect, by the way. It's just a thing you do because you're a brawny.
It's just you sort of going, shit.
Let me check something real quick.
Do I get more AC when I'm injured as a dwarf?
AC doesn't matter at this one, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's more saving throws.
Cool.
And
Okay,
unfortunately-
it doesn't. So, first of all, if you'll let me go, I get out of the grasp of Grunt. I do my 25 feet. Let's do that.
Okay.
I kablam! With the two guns.
Are you just charging up to it, just going,
Yosemite Sam over here. What tarnation?
I might as well.
Go on, you mad bastard, fire 2 shots at
So
It
it's,
looks like Yosemite Sam as well.
there's that one.
Oh, wow!
And second attack with that one. Ah,
The duelist
shit.
damage doesn't work. Duelist is when you have only one weapon.
Yeah,
drawn.
that's fine.
You have 2 out.
So it's 10 plus 6 for that one.
That's 16 and 24. That's
It's not bad.
He's aiming a bit too much down the one hand, not the other one, so the other one just kind of goes off. It
It
looked
the other one's
cool!
got blood, I can't see.
Oh, excuse me. That's only 16 damage. I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, it's Nazo. He probably wait. No, actually,
No,
Yeah,
it's guns. I'm not. Guns aren't my thing, really.
just watch as
and
the second shot bounces off the plated hide of this creature.
Now, I
beg your
have
pardon, guys,
3 attacks. Can I shoot him again?
-2 damage from that because you still got the magic on there, Stanjo.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, that's a good point, actually. So
Oh, yeah, sorry, it's +1 magic, so
that's
14 damage.
18, and then it gets reduced because of stones.
Is that what stat does? I don't know spells very well.
Don't get half.
Non-magical, bludgeoning, piercing, or slash.
Now I have 3 attacks. Do I get to shoot him again?
You can fire again, yeah.
So it's if it hits -1. because the plus one
that
magic,
does
so
hit.
5 damage.
Very close to just hitting, and that's
Then second wind, because kill me, which you are doing.
That is technically a ledge there, so you could duck behind it if you've got movement left.
He doesn't.
Ow.
21.
that doesn't.
Wow.
He did his full
Yeah.
Dang.
25 feet.
Oh, cause it's a plus 12. Oh yeah, I forgot how fucking high level you are.
That helps.
Yeah, you're up.
Action surge!
What?
What?
I'm fucking coming!
You're too far away!
You're too far away!
What do you mean?
You got no movement!
Save it for when you can hit it with an axe, surely.
Action surge!
I forgot that action surge doesn't give you movement!
If you use it to use the dash action, you can.
Action, regular action, possible bonus. Bollocks.
Nope, no movement.
Yeah, no, okay, I'll save it.
Okay.
Get that spellcaster.
Do you take the option of ducking behind that corner? Which I could say you could do as you like charged up.
I would recommend it.
The ledge here? Yeah, fuck it.
It's
I'll
a 10-foot ledge, so currently he can't see.
I'll
Unless he
do
like
it,
looms over you and goes, "Hi, motherfucker!"
I do not, unfortunately, have any healing potions, so up to you.
You can't take it anyway because you use second wind as a bonus.
It's also a magic potion.
I'm behind the pillar.
He's behind a wall, so it does count as blocking it. So he would be able to
That's
do
all
it if he
for
didn't.
me.
Hey,
I think I remember
It's okay,
offering
guys.
you healing potions,
I'm
but
up
anyway.
to 35.
wait, how?
What?
35 health.
Oh god.
Whoa!
You charged a beholder with 14 health? You
Yeah.
fucking sociopath.
I mean, bonus experience for ballsiness.
Someone has to.
Actually, 13 health. It was a 21 that he got.
Okay,
Well, Aaron, do you want to do
Bell-
that maths again?
Yeah,
You
wait a minute. That's
said you have 34.
35.
okay, too
I
many people
thought-
are talking. Shush, shush, shush. Nemo.
You haven't used your swarms of rats, and also you haven't used your lair action.
I'm doing enough without the lair action.
Shut up, Nemo! You're not the DM!
Nemo wants me to die!
Just
Nemo
for
wants
that.
all of us to die.
That's
Hey, fair's fair.
I mean, yeah.
So 2 swarms against one
Oh,
against Nalba, one against. Nope. What's your AC, Buckley?
21.
Yeah, fine. And then against Damara, what's your AC, Del?
19.
Actually, this is with disadvantage because you're behind a pillar.
I'm
and
also,
you got your
I'm
blurry.
Also, yeah, no, yeah, because never mind. It's 19.
Yeah, with Displacer Cloak though, because you're behind the pillar, you're fine. Now it is the Brood Guard. The Brood Guard is going to try to use a superiority dice to trip up Nelba. It misses. It's going to try again. What's Nelba's AC? I have to check. No, actually, he does miss. So he misses twice with attempts to hit. And then this one here next to you, Del, is going to try and disarm you with a use of superiority dice using its
I mean, you
nope.
can disarm me if you want.
And-
I've got a lot of knives.
All the knives.
Nope. Both attacks miss because you were just dodging behind that place. And then one swarm is going to attempt to grapple you, Grunt. But this is hilarious.
They can try.
So I'll give you an idea what's happening. They're trying. Grunt, make an athletics check. You literally have to roll a natural 1.
Roll a 1.
I do it with advantage because.
Yeah, you do it with advantage because you're raging. You have to roll 2 natural 1s.
Oh my
Close.
Well, to give you an idea, they rolled a 9. So,
So if you roll the 1, it's still the same.
Wait, actually, yeah. Could you actually fail that?
I mean, a 1 is
a
a fail.
natural 1 counts as a failure.
Ones
Oh,
apply.
You could only fail
it
that
is
you
in
roll
this
the
campaign.
1.
I scratched
Yeah.
myself. Normally they don't, but this campaign they do have from the start.
So, Nelba is going to then strike out at that Brute's guard. And, let's be real, Nemo. I don't really need to use lair action.
I'm just saying, fair's fair.
Actually,
Stop-
funnily enough,
Stop saying!
funnily enough, like there are a few I could do, but he has to use that or a beam. He's gonna beam you.
Ah,
A lair action separate from any of these legendary actions or anything. He gets them for free.
Yeah, but the beam also hurts, trust me.
A
Right.
free action. Shimmer. Okay, so now in Noba's turn, he's gonna try and strike forward with the short sword at the Brood Guard. Nope. And he does. You just watch as he carries away the halberd with the first one, turns the blade on the hilt, and just puts it underneath the plate at the back, and just goes right up into the kill.
That's a
And the-
good poison roll.
And the poison is enough to kill.
Whew. It's good, we're getting rid of the shit.
And a bonus action
Kill the ad,
to
kill the ads.
reload his hand crossbow. That's his turn, and then it is Alistair.
Right.
Also, Grunt, they rolled so badly that they don't even count as difficult terrain.
He'll just sort of jump on me and I just
Little
keep
favour.
moving.
Yeah, you're literally like the 7-foot-tall rugby player, which has just a bunch of people clinging to it. It's like, it's not slowing him down!
Okay. Right. I am going to move.
Cute.
Wait. Oh, there we go. I'm going to dash and move all the way up to that wall and slam into it like Call of Duty style.
Yeah, you just straight up, go, 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 go!
Or maybe Gears of War style, where it's just,
Go, 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 go. Makes more sense if it's Gears of War because there's more lasers.
If I cast a spell that was concentration on myself, and then I stepped out, because
If
I
the
want to
effe-
use Expeditious Retreat, so if I cast that on myself to bonus action move, as soon as I pop my head over the wall, do I run out of that energy to then carry on, or
You still have your concentration, but you don't have Expeditious Retreat the moment you step out, because it's an effect, magical, that is in that zone.
so I couldn't use it to climb up.
No, 'cause
I'd say you could use it for your movement to get up, but that would
I
be
mean,
it.
there is a pillar there.
There is actually a pillar there, so you wouldn't be in.
You wouldn't be in for long. Like you'd have if you did Expeditious Retreat and dashed, you could get up to there, and like I'd say then you're within the range because like honestly it's just such a small
I
gap
just
here.
want to stand
that I'd say
right
you-
there, basically.
Yeah, you can do that with Expeditious Retreat. You could go anywhere else with it, but you can go there.
Okay, I'm going to do that then, because you said it was a 10-foot jump, and I loaded up the jump calculator from a standing jump, because I'm an athlete.
Yeah, got the athlete feet.
I can jump 11.8. I can jump.
Well,
across-
needless to say, you've definitely built up enough momentum as you were running.
That's true. Running start. So I'm now up here.
Grant, it's your turn.
I'm in that place.
Excellent.
Suplex that motherfucker!
I'm going to move
Well, it's not a single person.
10 feet forward. Take it to right to get an attack of opportunity.
You just charge straight up at the beholder. It just looks at you with this massive grin as it's floating 10 feet off the ground.
Hello,
Take the
beastie.
attack.
Ow,
Let's get an
basty.
attack of opportunity. I believe they do.
He just likes taking down. Hit me! Hit me!
They would if they could hurt you. You just like crush one as you walk. Their blades are these shoddy scraps of rust that more break off you than they do.
They're barely even classed as rat men. They're just rats.
Don't give me excuses. Give me numbers.
The I don't have the calculations for the jump on me.
Spook can
Not
do it
if I
for you
normally
because he's
think.
got the jump
What?
calculator.
Okay,
What is your-
I'm gonna say this now. You could jump and hit him. You're fucking
If
Grunt.
Alistair can jump 10 feet, I'm pretty sure Grunt can.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
Especially with
fuck.
raging.
It's an athletics check, so I don't know.
I say you can make an athletics check, and depending on how well it goes, depends on how many jumps you have to do to hit it.
Well, with the jump calculator, it probably doesn't even need an athletics check, does it?
I don't know. What's the jump calculator say?
You've got strength of 18, have you?
Yep.
Well, how tall are you?
6, 8, 7.
7 foot.
7 foot tall. Bang on.
Actually, if you're 7 foot tall and he's floating 10 feet off the ground, while
That's
he's
3
definitely out of Nosdo's range, he's still within your range. Because the mall's nearly as tall as
From
you.
a-
So I'd
from-
say you
from
can definitely...
moving, you can jump
I'm actually-
17.5 feet, like, and hit something 17 and a half feet above you.
Yeah, it says with a rank
Yeah,
start,
okay.
brackets 5
Yeah,
feet.
he's 10 feet. He's only 10 feet up, so
Yeah,
you're
you
okay
can definitely
to
hit
slap
hit
him.
it.
Yeah.
Don't even need to.
I want to grapple him.
Okay,
I
want
that
to-
will need a check.
Yeah, that will need a check.
Yeah. I want to do my best impression of a face hugger on his eye.
I mean,
I'm
He's the
sorry.
beholder.
You
He
you
just
all
wants
know
to
the
be
idea
held.
of throwing a cobalt and just seeing it splat against something, like that's clawing on all sides. I'm just picturing. Okay.
I'm hoping I'm big enough to at least obscure most of his vision.
Does Grunt count as partial cover?
Depends how well Grunt rolls, but let's be real.
She's
So
big
it's an
enough.
athletics check against his acrobatics or athletics.
Yeah.
Both of which are terrible.
Weirdly enough,
I
it's
haven't
not
had
very
on this
physical.
because of raging.
Come on, Nemo. Yeah!
You guys watch as he just runs up, like Grunt just runs up, grabs like the spikes at the top, and is just weighing him down and just like pulling him to the ground. And he's just like had that moment of
300
his vision
pounds.
is still there because his eye is wider than she is, so he's still affecting the AoE.
Here you go.
It's a big eye, but still, the main thing that he can see is just this grinning face of Grunt.
This half naked
So that's an
Goliath.
attack done.
Go
But
for
you
the
need
eye,
to-
boo. Go for the eye.
But
Got a second
depending
attack.
on what you want to do now,
Mm.
you'd have to let go of your grapple because you're wielding a two-handed.
Bite him.
Kick him.
God damn it.
Kick him in the eye.
Climb on top of him.
Just punch him.
I mean, this eye thing is
that's big
working, so
enough.
maybe I should try tying his eye stalks into knots.
Hey, coming
You know, braid his hair.
Hey, you ripped stuff off that undead dragon. There's more stuff to rip off here.
A beautiful
Okay.
performance.
Okay, so you're currently grappling him. I'd say if you want to use your second attack to try to climb him, that's what you could do because you have to physically try to climb up a person who's not willing to let you up. Why did they go Italian? Not to let you up a dare.
Gotta fucking look up the rules.
Climbing's
for
another
large
athletics
creatures
check, right?
again.
Yes. As Vildakish desperately tries to get you off, and nope. Rolling well, but
God.
not rolling you well.
There are actual rules for fighting on top of a creature, but they're in the DMG, which we don't have to hand.
Leave
Okay,
him
so you are now atop him, but that is your turn to do so. Everything you could do.
Um,
And you're just like
yeah,
riding
right.
him basically right now. And congratulations, you become the target of every fucking beam he has.
Cool, but she's
I
not
mean,
mental, spell
yeah.
resist.
If you can hold
Show
out
me
one
that,
more
show
turn,
me.
I'll help you.
Yeah, I'm on top of the head, so all my magic shit's working now, isn't it?
Currently, yes.
Right.
I have to check here real quick.
Yeah,
Make a Constitution saving throw.
With
with
advantage.
advantage.
That's a good number. That's a good number.
Okay, well, you are not paralyzed.
Good! Yes!
Good.
That would have been the
Because I
best
could
start.
fall like
to
a
this.
rock.
Okay, the Brood Priest's turn. And you just watch as he has this heavy sensor, like this, like basically, like picture a religious sensor that they would wield, but
Yeah.
picture it on top of a stick, being used like a flag.
This fucking asshole.
He looks over, very eager that you've come somewhat out of magical ranges, Alistair, and I need you to make a. Let's just check. What is this?
Can you see me?
Saving throw. Yes, he can.
Fuck. What do I need to make?
Constitution saving throw. I'll just move him there for fairness, but yeah, you can see it.
Come on, don't fuck me like last time. It's the same thing. Ow!
He just points out and casts Blight as this ray of necrotic energy whacks into you that you're now out of the zone. Fuck's sake, Nemo, give me a sec. There. You were actually perfectly covered. Shit like that makes me laugh too much. Okay, that's his turn. Now it's Nelba's turn. And the Shadow Demon. You watch as Nelba with his turn comes over here, kicks Shimmer in the head, and then moves right back. Like, get up!
Get up, slightly evil-looking dragon thing.
Slightly.
And now the Shadow Demon's gonna make its claw attack. It doesn't have flanking, but it's going to try and chop up those little bastards, which it almost does. It does another massive rake, but there's a single clan vermin that was smart enough to duck. There's only one of them left currently, and that other guard, and it's going to move itself over to here to assist.
Wonderful.
And that's its turn, that's his turn. Now it's going to be the Beholder's another legendary action, and it's going to get Grunt off its fucking...
Is it?
No, it don't.
Blame it.
Can it?
Make a wisdom saving throw.
With advantage.
Because it's spell resist, yes.
Wait, is
DC for all of these, by the way, is 16.
that the doorbell?
It's your mother.
Okay, you were not frightened of the
Most
creature.
likely.
Excellent.
Buckley, it's your turn. Just heads up, his next turn's coming up, and he's gonna hit you with everything he can.
Yeah.
Not to my knowledge. Last
It's
time
not the
I
ideal
did
place
that,
to be, but
Going to move up one.
seems like
Oh,
nothing.
Oh, hang on a sec, I'll get that rat out of your way.
And there's a pillar there blocking the anti-magic.
Yes,
thing,
there is,
yeah?
currently.
Cool. I'm gonna ask the rats in front of me if my hand smells bad.
I wondered.
A second.
You just ask it, and then like you touch one, and it just touches another. Goes as it dies. It just like chains to each of them until the last one just pushes off the guy trying to do it to him, and there's only one left,
No.
Oh.
and it just goes.
What the other one doing? He didn't seem to have a turn.
Which one?
The other brow.
No, he did.
No, they both did something.
Never mind.
Yeah, he used his action to kick Shimmer.
Yeah, he won't.
Yeah, he-
Up Shimmer.
Up. Yep. Okay.
Okay, so at the end of your turn, Buckley, he's going to use his final.
Yeah.
It's a 5, and it is also on you. Another con save for you, Grunt. And because it's now about to be his turn, all 3-beam rolls. Well, actually, let's see what happens with the first one.
Hey!
So, okay, so from this one, this is for that damage. You take 33 points of necrotic, reduced to half. So that's 33 down to 16, down to 8. Because you're raging. Because raging isn't a magical effect.
God
It's
damn.
a bullshit effect. Yeah.
Okay, Grunt, I need your first roll. First roll was this, so I need a dexterity saving throw.
Which is an advantage.
Okay, you do succeed that
You
again.
can definitely
So-
see where it's coming from.
So it's you're avoiding the slowing ray, and now it's the second one was that. So make another wisdom save.
Wisdom, he doesn't get advantage. Oh no, he gets
It
advantage
does because the spell mantle.
It's getting slightly less than
The thing is, no matter what, the first roll is what's working.
At least one of these have to go wrong, guys.
We know!
Okay, make another. Hang on, I need to check which one this is. For some reason, it's not programmed in. Make
He's very apt.
Constitution saving throw.
You have to be lucky every time. He only has to be lucky once. Hey!
And you're not.
We're still okay.
As it blasts you, you negate the effects of the paralyzing ray.
Where were my rolls when I needed them?
You
You
suck,
got
Eddie.
dragged into battle, motherfucker.
Ah,
Oh my god.
You all seem to think that Grunt's doing amazing, but I'm just sitting here thinking any second now she's going to fall to the ground like a rock.
The most silent person amongst us is screaming internally.
The reason the reason the death and disintegration beams aren't being used right now is because that's the two she's holding. Like
if you die, I die.
So I'm fucking
Damaris.
Reeve inside this room.
Damaris, your turn.
Yeah, it's
Del, your turn.
Raven here. Grunt is the disco ball.
I'm gonna stab the Brood Guard was its name? The one
Yeah.
the nasty looking one. Because you said there's only one left in the rat pack, and I'm sure that's fine.
I don't like Mondays.
Am I technically behind the
Yes.
okay.
Which of my daggers do I want to use?
Yeah, I'm not actually going to use that one because that's what that one's got the poison.
That one's for Tuesdays.
No, that's got the poison on it, and I'm saving it.
That one's for Tuesdays. That one's for Wednesdays. Ooh, this one's for
Across the room,
Saturday.
she's like, "Shut up, you!" Whack.
Oh, I'm going to say this as well. On its turn, because you technically can't really grapple a creature to stop its movement that's bigger than you, so it just floats up another 10.
Interesting.
Let's see. That's against the Brood Guard, is
Yeah.
it? That misses.
God, shit.
Yeah.
Okay,
Better now.
I'll try again.
Oh.
The bonus action, and make sure that's not got a magic bonus on it. It does not. I rolled worse.
Nope.
Wow.
You basically just sink into the plate twice. You're used to cutting down these shafts, but this one actually has something thick between you and its vitals.
Piece of shit.
That's your turnover.
Yep.
He's used all 3 of his beams, and then all 3 of... Oh, sorry. Do you want to do anything else?
No, I'm gonna stay behind this safety rock, thank you!
But sir, this is my emotional support rock.
Ecliptic meteor!
Let's see. Before Kaelin, I have to check. Does anyone else go? Something else goes after Kaelin, but go ahead.
Poor Shimmer.
Aw.
It's the worst
You mean I get a turn now?
Oh yeah, poor fucking Shimmer!
He actually gets to do something!
Yeah!
Alright, what do you do, Shimmer?
What's he gonna do?
I'm gonna have to bring my character back up because roll 20 closed on.
I put you to sleep so hard you dropped out of the app.
Yep, that's exactly what happened.
You don't need that. That's fine.
Roll 20 was like, you need to
Just have a
refresh.
nap. You have a nap, buddy.
Go to sleep. Shh.
You tire yourself out with just being so goddamn awesome. You taking.
I mean, I am pretty awesome.
What do you do?
Something.
I'm trying to find the damn crossbow you get.
Where's those attack rolling things that you gave me? How do I do this?
What's this weapon?
Which
thing?
end do I point?
How does this work? Do I
Literally,
hold
this
this
is literally
end?
like the meme thing of
Is it like
Gandalf
this?
holding the assault rifle.
Like this? Yeah.
The enemy needs to make a Constitution saving
Basically
throw
what it
against
is.
bleeding.
So, dimension door not a thing then?
Dimension door isn't a thing because I'm still in the anti-magic field.
You can go to the
Yeah, but
that
then-
little hallway
I don't
there.
think he wants
It's
to.
not your two's
I
turn.
don't think he wants to.
That's fair, but
That too.
there's a safe zone there if you want to get out of the danger zone.
It's not your turn.
There's a safe zone in Old Fortune.
There's that.
I mean, to be fair, that's an
Oh, wow.
option.
Come on, buddy.
Yeah, I can
Come on,
find
London.
the goddamn thing. I'm just not gonna fire a regular one.
Roll
Okay,
a
just
D20
fire a regular.
energy,
Just
okay.
fire a regular crossbow, and like if I presume you at least have that.
You can just add, what is it, like 6 to it? Dex and proficiency?
He's got to level 12 in the campaign and he's never once programmed a weapon in.
I haven't needed to.
He's not wrong.
I
don't
mean,
fire my
fireball's
crossbow,
just
I
so
fire
useful.
fire.
Also, I have a weapon programmed in, my light crossbow, but it's giving me a syntax.
This isn't
Okay.
fire!
Okay, Shimmer. Just roll a d20, add your dex and your proficiency modifier.
Yeah.
Do that 3 times because you can fire 3 times.
What?
What?
These crossbow can be fired. Basically treated as if each individual one is an each individual d10.
Oh, the ones with the
Or
weapon.
you can either do that and have a misfire chance, or just fire 1 shot. It's your choice.
Alright, I'll fire 3 times, and
He just turns the gun at Nelba. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm not. Don't
I
use
wouldn't
this.
do that. I have nothing against her.
Him.
Especially not my boot on her head.
She's done nothing wrong.
The rat swarm
That
down by
was a
Dell,
he.
that's still alive, right?
The one right next to Dell is currently... One guy is currently shitting himself there, and there's one guy next to Buckley shitting.
All of these rat packs have been reduced to 1.
I'll put 1 into each of the shitting people.
Okay, except for this one. This one's at full health still, but give Bell now.
Put 1 into each of them then.
Nice. Go
Fire
on.
3 shots.
3 d20s.
Hit.
Hey.
Okay, so roll 1d10 plus your dex mod 3 times. He just went 76 on this. I've got you in my sights.
Technically off the square at the moment. I need to-
Technically off the square.
needs to be like there-ish. There we go. That's better.
And then 4 damage into this one. You just see with this almost like bizarre proficiency, he just pulls up the gun, I keep saying gun. Crossbow, just flicks it up.
This real ass gun.
Sorry. pulls it up against the shoulder, just tight in. 1, 2.
It would actually be a completely different stance than what you're normally seeing Shimmer in.
Yeah,
I see. So we see.
Gangster.
Yeah.
Fucking crossbow to the side.
Draw life.
Drow.
The bolt falls out.
Oh shit.
Want to move there and take cover and then return.
There's no cover there.
There's no cover there. I thought
It's-
there was like
it's
okay,
fine,
never mind.
This
Then.
wall no existe.
You wanna go
Yeah, I gotta
Fine, I'll
burn
take cover
that
over here
entire
then.
wall.
Yeah.
You're somewhat out of his vision.
You stumble behind the wall and turn gold again.
Actually, yeah, he does.
Ah, my aesthetic.
I'm not my character, Dell.
I'm beautiful again.
Admire my form. Okay, after that, it's going to be this pack that's literally just seen you wounded. Is going for fresh. The presumed.
Bigger problem.
I'm gonna give you a wild guess if whether or not they hit fucking Nosdo. And so the next one is going to try and bite at
Before that, do you want me to roll the fail chance?
the which.
No, the fail
The
chance is
misfire.
part of the D20.
Oh, that's only if you roll a 2 or a 1 on your attack roll, which you didn't, so you're fine.
Okay.
The lowest you rolled was an 8, so you're good. So
What are
that's
these
that.
Firearm shit. I don't understand.
It's because it has a rapid fire mode to it. Like it's literally how quickly
Yeah.
the ball comes up.
I know, but she
So
was just
you-
like weapons.
Don't get it.
Broodguard next to you, Dell, is going to attempt to trip you again if it can hit you,
Disadvantage.
and that's an 18 to hit.
Nope. 19.
So he manages to swing at you twice, and both times you're just dodging out of the way. He's like, "Ignore demon, they kill little flesh elf." He just tries to stab at you, and you're like, "Wap wap 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 wap."
Bitch, please.
Well, that's their turns. That's their turns. That's their turns. Kaylin, not so.
Right then. Fucking hell.
you've got 10 things just like trying to pile on you in a corner.
Oh, ignore. Just
Ignore.
I ran over. This.
That's a
Ledge
10
there.
foot. That's a 10-foot ledge,
Can I climb it?
but it takes 20 foot of movement to climb it unless you
does
try
it?
to.
So fuck it, I'll just go around. I'll
Okay.
go to there.
Okay, you go to there, and he's
Hang
20
on.
in the air.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. Okay. I'll go 1 down just in case.
Just to let you know as well, he's currently 20 feet.
Yeah, no problem. I got a fucking hook.
Oh yeah, hooker returning.
Don't.
Its magic effect currently isn't working, but it does have, as I've said before, exactly 20 feet reach.
He's not in. He's not in the thing
I'm
anymore.
out of the
Oh
car.
yeah, you're not even in it.
He's not
So
in the
yeah,
thing.
that's a good point. Yeah, you're not even in that. So yeah,
Come to daddy.
Sky fishing.
Fuck.
For fuck's sake.
Look,
Is
I'm trying.
Grant in a
Alright.
situation where she can give flanking?
He just started sails up and then just comes back down on the floor and
he
he's just
does have
holding the chain.
advantage because the target is grappled.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I'll
Natural one! Natural one! Natural
Well,
one!
actually,
Roll
the,
again with advantage. Roll. No, sorry. Just
not
roll
that the
straight.
case because
Yeah, roll D20.
I'll just check the
grappling
grapple.
rule
Just, let me check the grapple rule. I know grapple is for melee.
There you go. That's better. That's a crit as well.
There are no other numbers.
Wow.
There are
Um,
no other numbers.
one of the rules is I can only technically grapple something that's one size category
larger than you.
larger than me, but then again I have power.
Good thing
to
this is a
build.
large aberration.
I
Then
am.
it's not
Yeah.
huge. It's large, so you can grapple something bigger.
Oh, okay.
So that's.
You don't get advantage on grapples. I read the rule, but
Oh.
that could have been your second hook attack. So that was a crit.
Oh.
So just
I'll just do a normal attack for damage.
Yeah.
That was brilliant. That was just. Ha! Cling,
Ding,
cling,
ding,
cling.
ding.
Fuck!
Is the hook a grapple check though, or isn't it attack?
Attack.
if you hit them, they need to make a strength saving throw, and if it
So
fails,
that technically is an advantage attack because he's. I mean.
no, sorry,
on top of him.
no, my mistake. I thought you were referring to the hook. Grappling somebody, but no, it doesn't get advantage on grapple checks. The rules of a grapple check are, just real quick, just to make sure, grappling, speed becomes 0, is considered grappled, The condition removes effects based on things like Thunder Wave and Grapple like that. But it's not. It doesn't give advantage. It pretty much just goes, "I'm holding you. You can't."
But what about because the hook is a normal weapon, and I attack
Yes.
with it.
It's a magical weapon.
Does Grunt give me advantage on the attack?
No,
Right.
that was your second hook anyway. So
Well-
now I'm going to make him make a strength save
Well,
to see
wouldn't
whether or
he have
not you can.
advantage 'cause of...
He doesn't get advantage.
Oh,
Fuck off!
I was just saying.
Get back here!
Alright.
He rolled a 4. You just watch as like he's opening his mouth to laugh. A hook just goes ha, shunk, fish style, and he gets pulled 10 feet down. So now he's 10 feet lower. And I'd say you can make another hook. Roll for damage anyway. You have to roll for the damage of it anyway.
I just imagine us peeking around the columns to see how it's going, and we just see Grunt on top and Nosto dangling off the bottom, and we're like, what the fuck are they doing?
That's about normal. That's how I
More
kind
than you!
So that is a total of. Hang on, we'll double the duelist damage is just 2, but the double damage there, that's 3 and 4 gets doubled, so that's 6 and 8, that goes to 14 plus that 19 points of damage, magical currently, so that is straight damage because Stoneskin does not resist that, and he's pulled 10 feet lower. I'd say you can use the hook again to just yank him. So this attack I'd say will have advantage because you literally have your weapon in it.
Okay.
You've literally hooked the bastard a la fish style.
Hoi!
Unfortunately, this time he's basically just clenched his jaw and used a tooth, like a misaligned tooth, is just stuck there, and he's trying to resist you against. So he's like, as you yank, he's biting up to like contest your yank. I never thought I'd have to say that sentence aloud. He's contesting your yank.
What, the tooth?
Le
handle the
action
tooth.
surge.
of. Now he's going for the action surge.
Mm-hmm.
You're just frothing, pulling him down.
22.
Much better.
He's now at ground level.
Hey! Bite him.
Now, considering he's at ground level, I don't need a shield against this thing, do I?
True.
Not really.
Not
I
really,
don't
no.
need a shield against it.
Pretty
I'm
much
just
all
gonna
of- pretty much all of the
fucking
stuff
wail
was
at it.
saves.
You have 3 attacks as well to bear in mind. So let's see, that was 1 attack.
I've
That
got
was your
2
second
more.
attack.
I'm just gonna warhammer the shit out of him with
Just
versatile.
to say this, I'm just like trying to make sure of this. How many attacks have you done? You've done 1, 2,
I've done
3.
4,
Where's the 4th? Why am I missing it? 1, 2, 3.
I think.
No, you've only done 3. That would have
Oh, okay.
been your attacks. So I'd say actually, like, you can action surge, and now he's on the ground, and that's you've action surged now.
Okay.
I thought you had
Throw
Not done as
3
many.
quick Warhammer attacks then. Bang, bang, bang.
that's a hit.
Ignore the duelist damage.
Why-
Actually, that's a good point. There's no point of me using fucking versatile because duelist already makes that up.
Yeah, I had that.
So-
you can't use versatile anyway because that involves using 2 hands.
down.
Where's the
Get your
bone hammer? There we go. Second
That does hit, and that's more damage.
and third. Oh fuck! Roll higher, you prick, not lower.
What weapon is that you're using? That warhammer?
I
I have a bone hammer that.
Okay, that's a simple one, so that
Oh.
doesn't have that doesn't got magic. So that's the 6 instead.
None of mine except the hook are magical, as far as I know.
Warhammer is. Is it?
No, the warhammer is just a normal warhammer.
Ah.
Yeah, it's just the.
My
bone
pistol's
warhammer.
magical, but that's about
the
it.
bone hammer I gave him is. Yeah.
That's literally the warhammer she's had from the start, and that makes a difference on how hard you're hitting it, because you're cracking into it. If this thing wasn't stone skin, you'd probably be fucking him up a lot more than you actually. So top of the initiative, Belna again. There's more rats in his face. He's going to do his best to dispose of them.
Good.
He's going to flank them,
Mackenzie!
and 2 attacks.
Good
Well,
shit.
actually, he's only going. Actually, never mind. He's just going to do the 1.
Just doesn't need to.
Yeah, the second one, like, you just watch as he, like, spins through them with the blade, like, in 2 hands, just like dervish. And then, like, as he's skidding, he just pulls out the hand crossbow. He's going to fire it over past Dell at the, he's going to go to here to get the line of sight, and then he's going to fire at the,
Nice.
that does hit. And it's only that damage, but it needs to make a Constitution saving throw. Actually, it fails. It doesn't fail it hard enough to. It only just fails it, actually. It doesn't fail it hard enough to pass out, but it is poison. So it was. If it wasn't ineffective enough already.
Good. Now it's got disadvantage on everything.
Okay, that's it. End of Belna's turn. Now the Beholder's turn and legendary action, and it really doesn't like either of you. So it's going to aim at Nazu, who's currently cooking.
Bye, guys.
Hey, you're fine.
Oh no.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Maybe.
Again.
Ooh, there's ambiguity.
Ah.
Okay.
Oh, that's better.
Oh,
You only take 20 points of necrotic damage.
Oh,
from the...
okay.
I rolled 88 and I actually rolled really well.
How you looking, buddy?
Medic!
Ah!
he is miles away.
I need healing.
Fuck off, Genji.
I need healing.
Shut up, Genji.
Okay, that's Belna's turn. Alistair Dashwood, bastard extraordinaire.
Right.
Fucking kill that thing!
That is what
Kill
I'm
that
about to
annoying
do.
little bastard, are you?
I step out to there. I swap hands with which is holding the bow, and I'm going to let Deldir take over. Swift death to you who have wronged me.
You're aiming at
This
the
is with one of
Beholder?
the poison arrows.
No, he's
right
aiming at the
Beholder.
fucking little spellcaster shit.
No.
I thought he was aiming at me.
Beholder. I'm
Really?
doing damage.
Yeah, okay.
I'm doing damage.
And it's magic damage, because Stone Skin won't be in an...
Sorry, I forgot to do that. With
Oh, wait, because this was, death was wrong me, it's advantage. Bear that in mind.
Let me just roll 2 additional d20s because I. No. Oh, fuck off.
That's
Bloody
a
roll
D4,
20.
you muppet.
It just froze on me for a second. Okay, so. I get 2 because I got Elven accuracy. So there's the first arrow.
Now roll with advantage for the rest. And I take it the additional damage from this is the poison, is it? The
Yeah.
other
You put
3d6.
poison arrows.
Ah, there we go. Dry poison. A DC 15 Constitution saving throw for 20 points of damage.
What's the other 13 damage from... Oh, sorry, that's just from the Swift Death. I'm so used to you not actually getting your... He rolls a natural 1.
So 20 damage. Let me
Get
mark down one of those
fucked.
arrows. One of them done. Swift death is now on that.
You just watch as like he looks to he like tries to prepare the eye to look towards you, Alistair, as you prepare to fire off your other 2 shots. So fire.
Second shot then. I'm gonna
Apply
do this
DACA.
correctly. Advantage.
These are all still poisoned, aren't they?
This is another poison arrow, yeah. And I'm going to roll another d20 in the hopes that I can get that cheeky... Nope, okay.
That's an 8 on his Constitution saving throw.
Wow, that one's even better. Jesus. Ooh.
Oh.
6 is in there.
Kill it!
Oh,
Don't forget your... Did you add your hunter damage as well for the fact he's been...
Sneak attack.
I've been saving it in case I get a crit.
That's fair.
You can't save a sneak attack.
No, you can't.
It's the first
No,
attack
you-
that
I
hits.
think you can.
Double check that for me.
Mm.
I will double check, but I'm pretty sure you
Anyway,
can.
I'm going to action surge and I'm going to do another 2
Okay,
shots while I've got it.
That's 30, that's 60... That's 61. Fucking...
Come on, give me a crit, just one.
Once per turn, you can deal an extra.
Yeah, once per turn you can
Okay.
deal an extra d6 damage.
Not
It's
on the
choice.
first.
It is a
Annoyingly,
choice.
I didn't get any on the drought poison, so I'm out of arrows. Poison arrows, even.
That's good though. Look how much
I
extra
was
damage.
hoping to get a crit on at least one of them.
I know, but look how much extra damage they did.
Alright, and then final shot then.
Wow,
Swift death
good.
to you,
Final
Brock.
save as well.
Come
Is this
on.
your final shot?
Final shot, 4th shot. Come on. 20.
Would you like to know its
20.
AC?
Ah.
Its AC is 18. Alistair Dartwood, how do you want to do this?
I
I just want to, like, slowly...
It had 125 health left.
I told you, I need to, as long as I can get one round
didn't
on
get there. No,
it,
yeah, you were right.
I can get him.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to sink each shot into him as Grunt's wrestling with it on top until the last one goes into its eye and Grunt's just sort of lying on top of it, just trying to rip it a few new ones.
I'm sorry, just to clarify, how much damage did Alistair just do in one turn?
I haven't finished.
I'll add it up here. So, firstly, Alistair did 26, 46. So I'm just counting these numbers aloud. 46, going to, let's see, 46 will go to 62. Then, because bear in mind, I just let you fire it. You killed it on the third shot. 26, 62, 77, 77, 104, 104, 23, that goes to 117, 117, 121, 141, and then finally 158, 165, 170 damage.
You did 170 damage in one turn?
That's what I'm called.
Would you like to know its
And you
actual
didn't even
natural
crit!
total?
You didn't even crit!
Alistair, it has 180 health naturally.
You
So
could have killed it
literally-
in one shot if you'd gotten a
I'm
crit!
mad. I had to throw everything I've got at it, but I could do it. Another tusk for my collection!
You guys watch as Alistair steps forward, and the half-wraith vision takes over as Deldir's finally back. He aims the bow out. One arrow. It just launches out, and you watch as the beam from death is aiming at Nosto, and it just pierces that eye. And as it dangles there, you watch as the charm, petrification, and slow race all line up and try to aim at Grunt. And as it does, it pierces all three of those eyes, the stalks, and just like all of the eyes are kept out at the end of it on a bulbous point. You watch as it tries to turn towards Alistair with its enervation and disintegration beams, and the arrow just pierces out and gets the disintegration beam hooked, and it turns and it disintegrates the other eye. And as the full eye tries to turn with this last bit of energy at you, Alistair, you launch out that arrow, and it only has the moment to realize. Zoom! And you hit it straight into the pupil. And it just begins. No, not yet! No! As it slumps to the ground, dead.
Ow!
Grunt ripped off the remaining 10. Anything that was contending Grunt's strength atop it is immediately destroyed, and Magic Zone is gone.
My dude, as the fucking rogue, respect.
Thank you very much. And I'm now going to hide behind this pillar before the spellcaster that stood
I
next
think
to me.
that spellcaster's probably gonna fucking run, my dude. You think he's scared?
I don't know.
Don't you fucking let it run!
I don't want to risk it at the
Hey,
moment.
Grunt,
I'm
it's
not
your
looking
turn.
too good.
Play with
I'll
the
just
ball.
stay stood on top of this thing for a bit. And
You would like to, but there's still danger about it.
no, I'm going to stand on it because I'm going to use Hell on Ready Casting McCast.
Okay, the Brew Priest makes a
Cast
deck
me,
save.
cast.
And I'm
Miss-
using it with Lightning Bolt.
Yeah, so add your lightning to that because I think it fails the DC. I don't know what the DC is off the top of my head.
13.
So it does succeed. So it only takes 8 of that. So it takes 8 and that 19. And you just swing the javelin, and the lightning bolt crushes it, and it just pierces into his ribs, like and into the hip, and just stings him against the wall for a second. He goes, not happy, but still alive.
And for the rest of my turn, I'm just going to start picking all eye stalks like flowers and make a bouquet.
Okay, you use your extra attack, and you just grab up 4 eye stalks and just rip them off. At the end of your
I'm
turn,
making a bouquet, bringing them as a present to the Forge Lady.
you guys watch as the priest looks around, panicked, just begins swirling that flail, and just slams it down. And it's going to, let's see, 20 feet. 20 feet radius, so he can hit. Let's see now, he could hit you. So if he goes here, he can hit. How could he hit you? And you, he can. Okay. And he doesn't hit himself. So, just to say this right now, these clan rats are dead. But by our powers combined from this point, can somebody, from the point I'm on, can someone give me a circle, please?
A circle.
Yes.
20 foot.
From there.
No, not from, from there, please, thank you. Draw shape. We'll make it a nice sickly green. Well, Bob Ross this, so we'll make it a nice sickly green.
Our powers combined.
Okay, that's not exact, so I'm just going to move it a bit, because now it hits Grunt.
Ow. Ow.
And I'll move this in, and he's going to cast Circle of Death.
Oh.
Circle
doesn't
of Death.
sound
That doesn't sound good!
I don't have a lot of hit points left.
Same.
I need a Constitution saving throw to take 5d8 poison damage.
That's Cloud killed.
Oh, yes, poison, thank you! Oh, that's okay then.
Says the dwarf.
Oh, poison! I'll
Advantage.
insert that directly in the vein!
Unfortunately, you don't have advantage. You fail at save.
Sweet.
Oh, fuck.
Don't worry, I have my
Grunt,
magic
you
back.
fail it.
Do I have
Nostel,
advantage on
you have advantage on saving throws versus poison,
Yeah.
and you have resistance, but this is not a save versus a poison. This is a save versus a spell, so make a con save. You have resistance to the damage, which is...
Yeah. So whatever it is, you'll take half regardless.
It's alright.
Does he
I take a
fucking care?
quarter, thank you.
Yeah, he takes a
Because
quarter,
I
so
need
he takes... You take 11 down to 5.
Oh, okay. Good.
You take 5. Grunt, you take 11. Alistair, you take 23
20.
points of poison damage.
Don't worry,
Okay,
guys. I have my magic back.
it's now
Oh, good.
Nelba's turn. Because, actually, what he's going to do finally before Nelba steps out is he just, like, stamps his staff onto the ground, and he...
Donk.
Just... He left the present, and now he's out.
Oh, him. Shit.
Fucking spellcasters!
Did he hit the ratlings?
Oh yeah, these guys are fucking
Oh,
dead.
they're gone.
Yeah, that's why I said it when I was, like, already trying to get the circle. Those guys are fucking dead.
Oh yeah, shit, I forgot. I was nearly dead. I was gonna do this while he was dying. There you go.
You just watch as Nelba, like, rushes up, sees the spell. No, 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 no. And he just, like, begins, like, taking out a small piece of, like, this weird black material that seems to absorb light. And he just, like, crumples it into his hand and just flings it out. And he's going to attempt to dispel magic.
Ooh.
Could
You
have done
see-
that earlier.
No, he
We
couldn't.
couldn't, no, we couldn't.
So
Yeah,
let's
he
see.
could!
His modifier is a plus. Okay, he's got a plus 3. I have to actually check the rules.
Oh, I can tell
When
you.
the DM sets up a thing and doesn't even know how to properly prepare himself against
Any creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any the spell of 3rd level or lower on the target's end. on the
spellcasting
target.
ability modifier, isn't it? So it's
Yes.
plus-
No, the DC equals 10 plus the spell level.
yeah, so the DC is 15.
Yeah.
So
And then for each spell of or higher on the target, make an ability
he's
check
just
using
choosing
spell-
this, so he's literally going to hit the like one area without affecting anyone else. So let's see, makes an ability check using the spellcasting.
Yep.
DC 15. He actually dispels it.
Cool.
You take only one round of its damage. It just goes, "Oh, I helped! Kill that fucking..." And the demon just goes, "Arr."
There's only one rat left.
This one brave,
Not for
valiant...
long.
Del, you just watch as like the shadow just like appears behind it, and you see these two massive hands just grab it around the faces it's trying to aim at you. Poison, it tries to scrap against it as you just see the hands just come closer and closer together, and it just smushes it as
Yeah,
it drops.
I just literally like fold my arms and just like wave.
Bye, have a beautiful time. And with that, that's all the rats dead. That is Vildekish dead.
Woo!
Well, oh, not all the rats are dead. One got.
Like,
No, they're all dead.
One got away.
I'll just sit there withered, covered in
just
blood.
saying Drow can innately cast fairy fire if that helps the situation. I know that they have.
No,
They have
he.
that
You
spell.
know the spell Dimension Door. He bamfed the fuck out.
I didn't know whether he dimension door or invisible, so.
Yeah. He literally just like tapped it just like he did before, and he bamfed the fuck out.
Okay. Yeah, no.
Isn't Dimension Door a action?
No, he's basically it's an equivalent for it that they uniquely have as that their spellcasters of a high enough level can cast.
This is the DM saying, this character was supposed to run away and you guys are too fucking strong.
I will kill it.
No, it has.
We've all gone, fuck you, we don't care.
It does have Dimension Door, but it has what's called Skitter Leap, which is essentially a weaker version that it can cast as a bonus action.
A useful spell to know.
It's like Misty Step. Misty Step's a bonus action.
It's like that, but except he can
And
do
something
100
like
feet
your
with
Shadow
it,
Step.
and then next turn he's going to do 500 feet, but you don't know the rules of it.
I'm not looking good. Help.
Why are you saying that to me?
Ow.
So you guys watch as all of you are just bloodied, bruised, battered. Grunt is literally ripping off all of the eye stalks
Yep.
for a
Just
bouquet.
make it okay, and then I'm going to collect L, and I'm good.
I mean, I'm perfectly fine. I had a nice nap.
Actually, Bucky,
Yeah.
Shimmer, and Delmara are untouched.
How not well are you looking?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I shall walk up here.
How the fuck? I took 3 rays to the face and I'm still on 10.
I don't have as many hit points as
He
you.
doesn't have all the many hit points. Or
I'm doing that. Nice.
Oh, I am.
Oh, whoops.
Why did I drop?
I don't know why. It's a glitch from Tiny Chat.
Yeah, that's weird.
Sensitivity, like, is it like a mass? Do you need everybody to gather round?
I mean, I can do a mass cure.
Gonna,
It's not too
Gonna-
powerful though. That isn't.
If it's
I'm
better
gonna
to.
poke
If
the
it's,
eye.
Actually, no, I can't mass cure because I don't have.
okay. Do what you
I can
can.
do mass heal word.
Do what you can.
You just watch as the Shadow Demon is just like stalking around. Nelba just waves his hand. Go kill some more rats! He just shrugs his shoulders and just fucks up.
I'll do it at a.
now, correct me if
fourth.
I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure only like one person saw Shimmer turn.
Yeah, Delmara.
Yeah, and she's glaring at him furiously.
Okay, so that's
Shimmer has no
Yeah.
idea.
Drow
what
did
you're
as
talking
well,
about.
but
But
the
they
Drow
don't know
don't
any
judge.
better.
Yeah, that's true.
10 to whoever is hurt,
Oh, sweet.
and
I mean, I'll take it.
I'll do on Nazdo. Also.
No, do it on him. I'll be fine.
Okay.
He's worse
I'll-
off because he can take a lot more damage than I can.
I'll
under
walk over
normal
here.
melee.
At a fourth as well. A cure wounds. For a nice 17 or 19.
19. Nice.
I'm gonna proceed to have a short rest unless we are moving.
You watch as the two Drow are like, as much as we might want to, we need to leave before more of those vermin come.
Oh,
it's going to be a
just-
matter of a
Really think they're gonna come after we've just murdered their leader?
Probably.
They're a frenzied race, especially if some of them are still alive that have at least some authority.
Does anyone have a heal pop?
Yes.
I'm gonna use one of those.
Any good heal pop?
Yes.
Do it. Do you know what? Fuck it. Keep it.
You guys just see from, let's see now, where can I properly display this?
Get out of here before I vomit blood and.
As you guys are like
Vomit
discussing there real quick, you just see an eruption of flame, like you just see like the glow of it from
Yeah.
this side here.
Oh boy.
And you hear
Where?
screams of vermin as you just hear heavy stomping feet. And these
Durgar.
4 Duragar in this enormous heavy plate, scathed, like scratched all over, and there's like more blood on them that more seems like it's something bounced off them. And they all have like these enormous canisters that are being held by another dwarf behind them. And these enormous barrels that only looks like cannons, but they're all just holding one each. And those are probably the sources of the fire.
I don't like our new company.
There's nothing obviously shiny in this room.
Make an investigation check.
I just-
Belna and Nelba step up to them.
I just
Like,
magnetize all the daggers that I flew over the room.
Yeah.
They all just.
I was going to for a shiny check.
I just imagine Del was just like, "Come to me, my knives!"
I'll say it's with advantage because Shimmer's helping you. But also to say this now, you guys know the Gravity Falls scene where she got the magnets on her. She's like, ah! And then a fridge comes at her. It's like that. So
It's actually
because
a shame.
Dang it, the fridge is full on death.
It's a shame because my dry poison's gonna go to waste now.
Oh no.
What?
It's gonna. Well, I don't know. It's on a dagger of venom, so I don't know actually.
you don't know how that'll work.
I don't
We'll
know.
see how that goes.
Yeah.
So, do you want to roll a d4? It has to be a D4.
A D100?
No, a D4.
Okay.
This isn't a dragon. It hasn't got a horde.
Oh!
It's a beholder. It has
It's
a it has a total of 4
1,000-year-old
legends.
beholder, right?
Okay. Fuck. Shit. Okay, so, well, you
That's-
are going to be
that
rolling
sounds good.
D100s.
Was that
You
the?
are
I
gonna be
was,
rolling
I was
D100.
hoping they wouldn't roll that one.
I was hoping they wouldn't roll that well. Roll, who wants to take, the first D100?
Dibs.
I think Spook deserves the first one.
Yeah, he
No,
does.
who's
actually.
getting the last one?
Fuck you.
Yeah,
The last one is going to be from the highest table.
Oh, okay. So he gets.
Okay, yeah.
Dash,
he
could
gets the last
you spell out for me the beholder's name?
I will show him to you.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
there. There you go.
Yeah, it's in the thing.
Alright, sweet.
Yeah.
Make a note in your inventory.
What are you adding it to your list of things you've killed?
List of
Yeah,
teeth.
hun, you'd probably be better off putting that in the like additional treasures thing rather than trying to squeeze it all into a single bar in your inventory.
Yeah, that's probably true.
That's what that bit's for.
Nosdo, roll me a D100, please. This is going to be from...
I'll take the next one.
Okay.
You get a
So
potion.
to give you an idea, with your investigation check, Grunt, you find a false door with Shimmer's help, and you just shoulder check it, and it crumbles, and there's a room that's like maybe 10 foot wide to the back here, which I don't have properly visualized, but we'll say it's there, and it's just filled with a lot of shit. So, Nosdo, roll me 2d4 times 5, please. And you can also give me another D100.
Can I do 5? God.
Okay. Ah, fuck.
My guess is B. These are
I'm gonna find a stick.
Oh god. Hang on now. Someone get up a calculator for me, please.
Oh, wait,
Buckley.
I have my phone in front of me.
Buckley, this is your job. I trust you with this. You always do it well. Times that 15 by 250, please.
Okay, hold on. You said 200.
Yeah, times 15 by 250. And somebody make a note of that. Like, write it down in the chat.
So,
3,250.
While you guys do this, I'm very quickly going to go to the loo.
2,000.
Yeah, we'll take a quick break while we do this, folks.
Wait, what was it? 25,000?
Blue, do you want to move?
250.
250 times 50.
Yes.
250 times 15. Okay. Just from Nazo jumping in, that's the first thing he finds. Nazo, roll another D100.
I'm guessing that's gold.
That's for gold, yes. That is the first bounty of gold that you find. And then 31 is... You find a potion that's got a very fine liquid in it. You don't know what to do. Next, who wants to roll? Let's see. Grunt, how about you roll me a D100, please? $48.
Come on, who's gonna beat my 80? Come on.
Fucking woof. Okay, roll me 3d6.
3d6, Nima.
Excuse me.
Damn.
You guys just watch as like Naso is just pushing gold out in a just sheer delight. That's all gold, like 3,750 gold is just there. And as he does, things begin falling from it. Grunt,
Oh,
you
shit.
now have 15 gems,
Ooh.
each worth 1,000.
I know
I
who's
feel
getting those.
cheated.
I got
Who's got the bag of holding?
I have a bag of gem holding.
Yeah.
No, who's got a bag of normal holding? I'm not holding 3,700 gold on me.
Make another D100 check for me, please.
Who?
You.
Go on, Nemo. Roll high. Don't ask why.
Or die.
Ooh. It's decent.
You don't fucking need that. You don't fucking need that.
Yeah, we do!
You can give it to someone else.
Come on,
Specifically, Grunt doesn't need that. Give me a second.
I can always give it to
you
somebody
find
else. What
A,
about
The girdle
you
of
find a
great strength.
potion with a syrupy liquid. It looks like liquefied iron.
We found 2 bottles of fairy liquid.
Oh, cool. So we can clean up the mess we keep making.
Let's see. Next, let's see. Either Buckley or Dell, who wants to make another D100 roll?
Dell's usually luckier than me.
Says the winged boots roller.
Okay, fine.
I don't know, there's several Google Docs which would say that I am not very lucky.
Let Buckley go for it. Buckley has a much better chance of getting... Wow, okay.
There are
Okay, so I'll just get another pair of winged boots, please.
There are several Google Docs that say she is not lucky.
Roll me 2d4 times 250. And then give me... Oh, and you can give me... hang on, what did...
times 200?
Yes. 48. Grunt, I actually need a d6 roll off of you as well, please. Just one.
Treasure.
Basically, you guys found a beholder who's been around for several millennia's hoard.
Right.
You're gonna find a lot of shit.
And you said for me it was 2d4 times 200?
2d4 times 200.
Yeah, your mic's gone a little off, Des. It's quite quiet.
Oh, sorry. It's because I have it a bit further away.
Oh, there we go.
Because I have the book in front of me. Buckley, that's how many. That's how much gold you pull out of there yourself.
I hope people are noting down what we found, because I wasn't here to write
Yes.
it down.
Yeah, I wrote down what
How
I
many
got.
people are finding are doing that? Grunt, Jesus Christ, I need another 5 D100 from you.
5.
And Buckley, roll me D4, D6, please, as well. Okay.
That's a wide variety.
Hang on, how many? So 3 D100 from you, then Buckley as well. Let's see. Grunt, you find a potion of superior healing, just the one.
Ooh, nice.
You find a spell scroll. I'll just say for identification purposes, it's got a 4th level spell, and I'll tell you what it has later.
Okay.
You find a potion. I'm just going to say this because it's easier than me having to go, wait, what did you get? So, Grunt, the potion you found was a potion of invulnerability. You also found a potion of gaseous form.
Already got one of them.
A potion of mind reading.
Ooh.
And you found a scroll of protection. Buckley, you found an oil of etherealness, another potion of superior healing, and another spell scroll of 4th level.
Did you say superior healing or superior killing?
Healing.
Healing.
Okay.
What's mine?
like-
Actually, no, so that's a good point. You should
The point of getting fucked. Yeah.
No, so I'm sorry. Actually, that's a good point.
Oh, his favorite.
Don't eat it.
Too late.
Let's see. What did you roll again, Nazda, for your D100? 80, was it?
AC.
80. Yeah, so that's actually just a roll once
Sorry,
on
what
the
was the
tape.
scroll? I missed that.
A scroll of protection was the final one. A scroll of protection and I think
Level
there was-
4.
Yeah, you have one, Buckley, and he has got one at 4th level. So finally, Alistair, roll me a D100 for the challenge rating 17.
Go on,
sorry, what was
go on, dude!
Oh boy, please don't fuck me now.
There isn't one in there, unfortunately. You gotta do.
What was mine, Das? I missed that.
For what you found, is it? Did you roll me a D6? Yeah, actually, Alistair, hang on, don't roll
I
yours
mean,
yet.
he's already clicked it, but it's like.
Oh, it's just waiting on it?
No, I haven't clicked it yet.
Okay.
I've been waiting. Until everyone's-
Nazdo, you've gotten everything you can from yours, because yours was a roll once on a table D, whereas these guys are getting like on higher tiers.
No,
they're
you
getting,
gave me a
rolls.
potion, but you never told me what it was, unless it's just a potion of.
Potion of speed.
Cool.
Ah, that's actually quite useful
Thank
for
you.
Mazda.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Keep
And
them.
then finally, Alistair, hit me with that D100 you summoned.
God!
You suck!
Now, guys, you remember a loot
Roll.
table. A loot table isn't organised by rarity.
That's true.
Yeah.
Roll. No, this isn't the loot table. This is the like what loot table you get to roll from.
So that's not a good
So-
sign. then.
So
Haven't
roll
got loot
me
tables memorised.
1d4, please, Alistair, for starters.
3.
3.
Okay, Buckley, get out your calculator.
Yeah.
Oh,
Money.
oh. Lucky.
Take 7,500 and times it by 3.
7,500 times 3.
That is the assorted platinum and gold Alistair hauls out of there.
Wow.
Dang. We're rolling in it again.
And roll me a single d8. Roll me 5d100, and then roll me 1d100.
5? Okay. And what was the other one, sorry?
And a single d100 then. Roll the 5d8 and then the... See, what table are you coming
5d8 or 5d what?
What?
5d8. Sorry, 5d100.
Oh.
Then roll me a single 1d100. Sorry. Sorry.
There you go.
Okay, so... this is for table E. The 5s are...
I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know any of the loot tables.
So...
Buckley, could you put that gold into the gem bag of holding?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, what does that mean? Oh, what have you found?
That means it's something that he doesn't want to
That's
give.
annoyance! What have you found?
I'm going to just go to the list of the spells there.
Didn't beat his 80.
Yeah, but you're rolling on a higher table.
Yay! I got a 7th of the gold you got.
You're rolling on a higher table. This is the good shit.
Yeah.
Buckley put 3,000 more gold.
What did you
No, thank
Give
you.
me a
He said
sec,
he
I
was
have to spell list.
I'm keeping 750, but 3,000 is
He's
going
looking
into
at spell
fun.
list.
It's
Did you
everything's
just-
got a load, so give me a sec.
Did you just find like an 8th or 9th level spell scroll?
What the fuck am I going to
This
do
is
with
really annoying because it's not really assorting them. Give me a sec.
that? We got time.
Yeah.
It's not
Okay.
about what you're gonna do with it. It's the fact that we've got one.
I wish I was stronger.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy a new one.
Roll D15. Alistair.
Roll a what?
What?
D15. That's how many 9th level spells there are.
He's making it up.
How do I... Is that it?
Just slash roll
I think there's a space.
1d15.
I think you need a space between the roll and the one.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
15.
Like that?
Yeah.
12.
Ooh, it's a low one.
What?
It just said there's 15 9th level spells and you've rolled 12 out of 15, so it's one of the later ones.
You have a scroll of imprisonment.
Oh,
That could be bad.
Oh, that's
You
dangerous.
create a magical restraint to hold a creature that you can see within range. They must succeed a wisdom saving throw, DC 21, or be bound by the spell.
You know what
If it
imprisonment
succeeds.
is because you looked at it for my campaign.
Oh, God,
that's
that
that
one.
one.
Oh,
That's that one.
It is
That's
immune to the spell if you cast it again. Like, as if you ever use it on something else. You cannot imprison the same
It's
thing
it's a very lengthy
While
spell because you
affected by
can
the
do loads
spell-
of different things, but yeah,
While
basically you can
you-
trap stuff and it'll stay
while
trapped
you-
forever.
While you have cast this spell, the creature does not need to eat, breathe, or drink, and does not age. Divination spells cannot locate or perceive them. You can choose one of the following forms. In burial, the creature becomes entombed far
We know
beneath.
this spell. Please
know-
do not read
Don't
out
read-
that
it's
entire
a long spell, don't-
We will be here till tomorrow.
We get it.
Okay, you get the idea.
Yeah.
You
You
trap
can
Let's use it on Galgaron.
That's gonna go brilliantly.
Hey, you bastard!
You pick something that you really hate and you tell it to fuck off for 1,000 years. That's what
Like
imprisonment
Crumble
is.
Bottom, for
Yeah.
example.
Yeah,
thinking that then.
yeah. Except, you know, it's a 9th level spell that definitely isn't on a ranger spell list, so you can't fucking use it.
I'm gonna get him trapped.
He
in a
can
maze
use
with
it.
walls.
It's just there's rules for using a scroll like that.
So keep in mind this that scroll is worth a mint to the right people who could actually scribe it. into
It's also dangerous to sell.
Shimmer, that is definitely
Oh, yeah.
going into your inventory.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure imprisonment.
100%.
Pretty sure it is on the sorcerer spell
You
list.
also
You can
found a potion of Storm Giant.
Ooh, that's the strongest one.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Roll another 15!
Also,
What?
Uh,
Another spell scroll.
9.
Hang on.
Imprisonment isn't a sorcerer spell.
no, it's not.
No,
Oh shit.
Shimmer can't
It
cast
is
it.
a
Well, anyone can cast
wizard
it, but with
or warlock.
Murray! Where you at, my boy?
What did you choose? Oh,
9. I didn't choose it, I rolled it. That's the point
you
of
found,
Nine.
If
you
I
found a
choose them,
spell
is it
scroll.
Those are the only two I can
That's-
use it.
Nine.
You found a spell scroll that puts a chill down your soul as you find power word kill.
Oh, I don't feel.
Ooh!
Oh, that
Pretty
doesn't
sure
feel
that
good.
is on the sorcerer list.
You also
that
find
doesn't
a
feel
potion of supreme heal.
Yes, Shimmer, that is.
That one is on the sorcerer list.
Let me just add them 2 potions
Yes,
to my...
I did, Sandy.
I did actually get chills from that. Oh.
Beholder Horde, so I got Potion, Storm, Giant, Strength, and Potion of what, sorry?
Shit, how much does gold weigh?
healing.
Superior.
Roll me a d20.
How many fucking dice?
Because
It's all
you found a
choices.
fucking scroll of 8th level.
A D20.
9.
Another 9.
I'll give you an idea. I basically listed them, and it's just going down the list.
Yeah, we
numerical order.
figured.
Alphabetical.
9.
How much does
Well, you were joking about it, but now you've got a scroll of earthquake.
Cool
And
as
then
cave in the
finally-
places we leave.
Finally, you rolled a 16. That's interesting.
Roll another 1d15.
Core, you can have all 3 of them spell scrolls because I don't trust myself with them.
Frankly, I don't trust anybody with them, even myself.
I'll take him. I can't use the shit, so.
Powered kill! Wrecked!
I'm gonna wreck you!
Hammer!
Thing is, there's something here, but it's kind of useless if you get it. But it could be interesting. Let me check.
You never know.
We could always.
Sometimes the
yeah.
most obscure magic items are the best ones.
Immovable rod.
Movable rod. Jug of alchemical jug.
Alchemic jug.
Jug of alchemical.
Yeah.
I just produce.
So when you
honey.
absolutely must drink a jar of mayonnaise.
A universal solvent.
Roll me a d9.
A D9.
9.
9. 1d9.
6.
God damn it.
What does that mean?
You have found a sword of answering.
Ah, dickbags. This thing's got an attitude. It's the blood sword. Ah, for fuck's sake!
Oh no! Great! Now the blood soul's got a friend it can talk to.
Okay, so on the list from top to bottom of alignments, it's chaotic good on 1, chaotic evil 2, lawful neutral, chaotic good, neutral is on 6.
But neutral.
True neutral.
Like somebody in your party.
Hello!
Oh my god, we found Nozdo a new friend.
I want a buddy!
What's it called? They all have names.
Sword of
Yeah.
answering. Requires attunement to a creature of the same alignment.
Oh my god, it's beautiful.
In addition, while you hold the sword... Firstly, it's a +3 to attack and damage.
Oh, Jesus.
In addition, while you hold the sword, you can use your reaction to make 1 melee attack with it against any creature within your reach that deals damage to you. You have advantage on that attack roll, and any damage dealt with this special attack ignores any immunities or resistances the target may have.
God, yeah, that's
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
sorted.
Yeah, Nozdo's got a new weapon.
A sword of I do this much
So,
damage.
should something ever actually hit Nozdo,
What is...
You can hit it right fucking back.
What's the wording? Does it have to hit, or does it just have to
what's
try and
the,
attack?
What's the name of it is the important one, because they've all got...
sword of answering.
No,
No,
that's
like-
each-
Now
each one has a
Nazo
name
can
on
do
sword, don't
my
they?
line.
Like, one of them I remember was called, like, Reclaimer or something, or...
I don't know, I don't have the book to hand.
I don't know what
Trash
the true,
leak.
the true neutral one's just going to be sort of like Dave.
Dave.
Um,
Dave.
Nah, it's Dan.
Replier is its
Replier.
name.
Damage, yeah.
And the gem it has encrusted into its hilt is a
Is it what, sorry?
Oh, what, sorry?
peridot.
Oh, it's green.
It's like a green.
It's a green one.
Nazdo, you got yourself a friend.
There are only 9 of these blades in existence. Each is patterned after the legendary sword Fragarak, which is
Fraggle.
variously translated to final word in every language. Each of the 9 swords has its own alignment, and each bears a different gem in its pommel.
What's it called?
Does not.
Down at Fraggle Rock.
Oh, that's what I was thinking, Nemo.
No, it's
Fraggle
weirdly, it's an
F-R-A-
Irish word. Weirdly, it's an Irish word. Fragarach. It's an Irish word.
Fragarach.
It's
Now,
an
now,
Irish
the question
sword.
is, if we gather them all together,
By our powers combined.
can we?
It doesn't have.
Wait.
I'll say this now. It does not have a soul in it. It doesn't have a personality. It is just
Aw,
gotten.
that would have been hilarious.
But it is a
Oh, so it's-
+3 sword, and oh goddamn! The very reason you told me.
Are you telling me to use a sword?
You wanted it.
Buckley!
That's how it's spelled him.
You make a reaction against one melee attack with a creature that in your reach that dealt damage to you. It has to deal damage and be within your range, so it's not even just an attack, a spell.
What is it? Nosdale.
Can you make me like a socket that I can attach to the tip of the sword that's got blades on either side so I can make this fucking thing into an axe?
What?
Damn! Would I be able to socket an axe head to
So it's like a sword attachment and make a swax, you know?
A sweet.
Switch axe!
Switch axe, there you go.
I didn't realize this was Monster Hunter.
It was always Monster Hunter. Can you
Well, it's an incredibly powerful. It's an incredibly powerful magical weapon, so no, you cannot. If you do that, you lose its enchantments, which you don't.
And also piss off probably a dozen gods.
A dozen gods and a lot of heroes who want that blade.
This is why you can't have nice things!
So yeah,
Jesus.
those are what you find as Belna and Nelba are discussing with the dwarves. And once they heard like the wall go down, they kind of escorted the dwarves outside, saying that they heard something further down. And they both just went with them to investigate, while Belna's kind of like pushing them out, and Nelba just like points back with the out the door, like it's okay, you do yours.
Dwarves distracted from our gold hoard.
Yep. Because
I'm just quickly shoveling it into my fucking bag.
Rage looting!
They're
Jesus.
filthy.
What a
Also,
haul.
real quick, how much does gold weigh?
There is a weight for it.
Yeah,
So,
and the bag of holding has a weight limit.
Shit.
Well, we have a rug of holding, so.
Gold weighs...
I think 50 gold is like £1 or something, but that's just purely speculation.
How much does gold weigh in D&D? So, in a case you can assume it's all gold
100
coins,
gold
not
weighs
amounts.
2 pounds.
100 gold is 2 pounds?
Yes.
Okay.
So, what you've got several thousand. So, times whatever you have in total, guys,
So-
by...
Divide that by 2. Oh, wait.
Oh, no, sorry. Whatever you have, divided by 100, and then times by 2. Wait,
2, 5...
No, 2 divided by 200.
yeah, that works too.
Because it's
That's how much it weighs in total.
126 pounds.
That's not that much.
126 pounds.
Yeah, actually, you just watch this, like, this teeny tiny bag, you just open it up, like, at a ledge, and you just push gold in. Like, you guys more or less, like, it's like one of those, like, funnels lads, like, have, and they put it up, and people just pour drink into it, whatever.
Well, I can't take all of the gold. I can take most of it.
And the rest can go in the regular bag of holding.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah, because I only technically have 90 pounds I can actually fill.
Also, bear in mind, Grunt also found 15 gems that are worth 1,000 gold each.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm holding on to those.
Three of those-
Thankfully, gems are light.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And those 3 of them are diamonds.
I'll take the diamonds,
Yes.
put them in my bag.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Never
can
say
rip it out
diamonds.
of his hand. He said he's holding on to them.
You can have the
Just
3
like-
diamonds then.
I was gonna say,
Right,
they are
I
much
need those
more
diamonds
useful.
for resurrecting, please.
Yeah.
Yep.
Without them, we die, and we die for good. So those
I
don't
those
die.
are our one-ups.
You
Also,
at some point
Grunt
may
is,
die.
you guys are just watching as
Okay,
Grunt's just
yeah.
holding the equivalent of a bouquet of 8 eyes. Like 8 eyes.
That's Birdie.
Narrowing.
Yeah, you
Um,
can have the 3 gems. We'll dish out the rest of the stuff when we get.
Yeah, we can sort this out later if we want.
Well, we've got to carry the gold out. That's why I'm going to say how much gold needs to be left over, because I can just stick it in my inventory just for the time being. So we've got a note of it.
Okay, let's see. So we had how
I'll
how
say
much
between
did it
all of
altogether
you,
weighs?
like it weighs only just over 100 pounds, I think, is what you said. So in truth,
126.
yeah, like in truth,
126,
like you
okay.
push most of it into the bag of holding, and like the rest of you just like put bits into yourself. You just take your whatever you say you want to spend at town, you take that share of it.
Okay, so
because,
there's
in
36
fairness,
It's like if everybody takes like
Oh,
100 or 200, then it'll
36
be more than
pounds.
enough.
36 times.
Yeah, there's
200.
36 pounds left.
36 times 200. Then just do that quickly, and I'll stick it in
that's
7,200.
7,200 split. How many ways? 1, 2, 3,
just put
4,
Alice is
5,
holding it.
6.
Alice is
I'll
just
just
keep
hold on
carrying
to
it.
it for now until
Okay.
we get back.
You have 7,200 gold in your pocket.
Yeah. Okay.
Go down to Nando's.
Okay, so that
Chicken Nando's.
Jesus.
Buy Nando's.
Ooh.
Cool.
That's my
Alright, so I got 18,300 in my bag.
It's mine
That's my
now,
bag
bitch!
maxed out.
Already paid
Okay.
for that.
Cool.
Nice. Children, please, you're adorable. Anyway, what do you do now, defenders? Or defenders? Defenders of Faerun. Wow, that's what my...
That's the other group.
Curls was in the chat. I saw Curls and I was like, defenders!
Nah, we're not the defenders.
Well, we haven't actually finished what we came here to do.
Ow!
I mean, I look at the dead beholder. Pretty sure we have.
No, I meant like the Duragar drow thing, stopping them coming to the surface. I think we've done half.
I mean, I think the other half is to go back and tell them that we've done our share of the deal. The deal was that they would stop doing all their bad shit if we took care of the beholder.
Yeah, they
which
stopped doing the slavery, but do the Duragar, are they on the same terms?
well, we're not going to find that out.
I mean, I have a feeling the Duragar will be fine staying down now that they have more space.
They better stay down, the filthy fucks.
Alright, well, we'll
Alright.
go back to the drow. We'll go back to the drow town then. We'll talk to whoever we need to, and then Buckley can take us home.
So, to say this now, when you step out, there's like a supply room next to the entrance, and it's just got ale and things in that. And Nelba and Belnar are just like, yeah, I don't know, you can take it all. In fairness, you helped wipe out that entire swarm that was coming out that side. You guys have learned that, definitely. Yeah.
I just lower Nosto's
Sanji takes
hand.
all of it.
Lower the
I grabbed
hand.
the other
As Nelba is like saying this with all of them, like he's on the right of all of them talking. You just watch as Belna just like rolls a small crate over onto his left side out of their vision. So like they're in the middle. Nebula's here waving his hands. They just like roll it over there. He just rolls it down over towards you. I'm aware you have one.
Be very quiet.
We're stealing alcohol.
We just need the old picture of Nosda in the barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's when he
about
gets
an
caught
hour,
later.
That's gonna be him.
So
Alright, anyway, I'll reiterate
with
my
the-
point before. Ow! Can we leave?
Yes, I would like to
Yeah,
leave.
yeah.
So with Belna and Nebula, Nelba and Belna, try to say that way too quick. That was my mistake. And the four iron Scalders. You guys just make your way back, and the door to the vampire place opens up, and they're like a brute just like tries to come out, but the four flamethrowers just go nope. Just aim in, and they just aim in the door while there's just a bunch of humanoids screaming as you guys just walk past. Like, well,
Them damn
Alright, bye bye.
Hellsticks.
You, sir, have made a mistake.
It's the Belmonts.
Them bloody Belmonts. Honestly.
I think my time
Belnats.
froze.
Oh yeah, the entire time that we're walking back, Del is just like glaring at Shimmer. Doesn't say anything,
What's
but
wrong
she's
with
just
you?
like always glaring at him.
Why are you staring at him? Are you in love?
No.
I look back and give him
Sure.
the coy wink as Alice.
I have to dispose of all these lists now because holy shit. Actually, no, I'm going to keep them over here because I need to calculate XP later.
Move him into a folder.
No, it's just like the bits that are actually on the map, right? So move you guys.
Eventually, Dats isn't going to reward us with loot roll tables. He's going to give us loot chests.
Great.
God,
This is what you get. Fuck off.
Dell's turning into Dell. Das is turning into EA.
EA Sports. Get in the
And by the way, because it's now there, the matron has a new image. The fully finalized image done by the wonderful Laura Boland on Twitter.
Beautiful.
Yay! I don't know who that is.
Queen.
Yes.
Literal and figurative. As you guys
I crumble the
return
walls
back,
around me. No.
bang, bang, bang,
On the way
motherfuckers.
back, I gave out 3 gems. I want 3,000 gold, please and thank.
Oh, I'll take it out of mine. 'cause it's
Sounds
easy.
fat.
I mean, sure.
Bitch, I want compensation.
Yeah, no, that's understandable.
That's
Yeah.
perfectly reasonable. It just caught us off guard.
There you go. 4,200 is in the bag, so you have 3 grand.
Just Grud says, like, do you actually say it? Just like, oh yeah, I want 30,000, by the way, for those
I just write
Sims.
that down on a note.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That would have been brilliant. Says nothing throughout the whole campaign. Yo, where my 350 at?
Goddamn Montana monster? Fuck off.
Bitch, pay up.
Alright.
It's okay, sure.
So you guys make your way back, and you make your way back up to the highest point in the City of Stars' keep. And in there, while you're all bloodied and bruised and otherwise, the matron sits back on her throne, and you do again see the remains of either the Lothian demon or Loth herself strung up above her. The court is a little bit scanter now as the Dragonborn are out about. But her...
Oh god, but yeah. There we go. Big map.
Yeah, you're back over to where you were. Belna and Nelba both bow to her and then go back to her side on either. Well done, gentlemen. And to all of you. I take it by the morbid bouquet that is being presented that you were successful.
That's for the Forge girl.
I think
She's
it's
not
for the blacksmith.
getting that.
It's your slump.
I'd make a recommendation to you, if I may. Bring 5 of those back to fire.
To where?
To where?
5 of those back to who? Sorry?
Fire Soul. Merrock.
Oh, the Dow.
That's who she's planning to take them to.
No, she's telling you to bring 5
The ice
back to Merrock Fires.
Oh,
Fire
Fire Soul. Yeah, the
Oh.
surname.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm guessing to say as a apology or something of that nature.
He could have use of it.
Right.
Yeah, I bet he could.
Guys, I don't want to sound like an asshole, but can we leave? I really don't like this place.
I mean, you are a
I
bit
will
of an
say
asshole.
that now that you have rid us of it, my people can finally commune out into the open world. But if you are indeed promising us place in this new grove, I would request your at least clarification with people that we are there and what our intent is, because a large force of somewhat or mostly armed drow is definitely not going to come off well.
Yeah, we should probably tell people that.
That's fair. I mean, Buckley's a
1
native
second.
resident there.
Gonna just little switch here, flash recall.
You realise if they do something bad, we're the bad guys, right? I'm talking to Ali.
What?
They do something, if they do shit, it's a name now. Just letting you know.
So's most things.
I mean, we get blamed for
Yeah,
all
but
that
I
stuff
don't care,
anyway.
you might.
Talk to your sword.
It doesn't
It
respond.
doesn't respond.
The reply doesn't
Why the
respond.
fuck would I talk to my sword? What is wrong with you? Have you hit yourself in the head?
He talks to his sword
He
and
talks
bow.
to his sword.
Yeah, he's fucking mental.
While we're currently in the audience with the Queen,
Yep, yeah.
She is just smirking as she's got the staff into her hand.
Dell talks to her sword as well.
No, I don't.
You used to.
Talks to you.
You fell out.
Uh,
It
part of the
talks
thing
to
I've
me,
been doing-
I ignore it.
something I've been doing on the way back is writing down coordinates for my old home in case they had any use for a frosty hell mountain, because nobody's living there currently. So if they want it,
You sketch out a map for the way up to it.
I was about to say, how does Grunt know the exact GPS coordinates? Okay, 5, 3, 5, 9.
And so she sketches out the mountain and just draws a dot. Just like, doop.
Just past Greg's.
I
There would be a
pointed to the
break.
middle of the ocean saying, there's no one there I can guarantee you can go there too.
Noted,
Um,
but for now I
um,
think we'll try to stay with the surface cities.
and I give her the 12 gems and the 3,000 gold, totaling 1,500, which would be enough to build them a keep if they so desire. If they've got a bit
You
of extra.
lay it down in front of her, and that's more than I honestly expected from an adventurer. Most, in fairness, do the work. They usually get the spoils, but we can use this to help keep our treasury intact while we make the migration. There is one other
Exactly,
thing
'cause
that I
it'd
can
be
give.
expensive going upstairs.
There is one other thing I can give. She looks towards Delmara and Alistair. The city you were born in. It fled the material plane at the fear of the dead. It is somewhere now in the Feywild. But For confirmation of at least one of you who may not have known, your mother is still alive.
Good for you, Del.
You guys are Fae?
Your mother's
They're
still alive,
elves.
you idiot.
Well, one's half.
So with everything sorted then, the Drow are going to come to the surface. Actually, is that going to be a problem?
Wait, is that all you have to say?
We were told by Galgaron that he didn't want the Drow or the Duergar coming up. And we've just agreed to get them upstairs.
Alistair, are you just going to ignore what she just said?
I was planning to.
Why? Isn't that important?
Why would it be important now? I've got more complicated questions. If we've just invited the Drow up to the surface, which we were told deliberately to not do, now what?
You lie.
Didn't work very well last time.
Yeah, I don't wanna do that
Sorry,
again.
Nosdo, didn't work very well last time.
Fine, I'll lie.
Buckley,
Yeah.
could you message Aeon Sullen telling that we have refugees that are coming to reinforce what will hopefully become Fort Newgrove at some point?
I can. I literally just use flash recall for that exact purpose.
Flash Recall? Oh!
He's relearnt sending.
Sorry, I was thinking of Word of Recall. I was like, are we back at home already?
Yeah.
What?
Turns around. Oh, hi, Galgrand!
Transport
So that we're bringing the Drow up.
every
and-
fucking Drow member straight back. That would be hilarious. Fort shit.
How's on Creosol, right?
Yeah, Galgrand is Creosol.
Cool.
Creosol is Galgaron.
Yeah.
You want to hump Aeon Soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I remember.
So,
Go on, Louis.
what should I exactly tell? That they are refugees, yeah?
We have rescued refugees from the Underdark who are
Give up the pen to write
going
down the
to
exact number of words.
reinforce the numbers at Newgrove.
Probably want to mention their drow.
Is Newgrove all one word?
No.
Oh, no.
It is if you say it like that. New Grove.
I feel like I would take it more like Louisville. Like it's all one, one combined word. We're from Louisville.
You could probably just
Yeah.
sort of say drow refugees.
I
Help.
don't necessarily want to
in.
use that word.
I mean,
I feel like that's not a good
they're
word.
going to find out, Alistair. Maybe some forewarning is a good idea.
Nah.
If, as she just said, if some drow just turn up on the doorstep, they're just going to start fighting. That's what we've been trying to avoid.
I feel like
Yeah.
if we say that word though, that we're going to get a message back along the lines of, no.
So what, you would rather we tell them in person? We have to tell them.
Or, crazy idea here,
I like crazy.
because you need to possibly, reconcile with other elves and whatnot. Maybe I'd send a message to Scylla and ask if he would be maybe taking in some refugees of a drow nature and that they are seeking something along the lines of forgiveness in return for, doing what he needs of them.
You know?
Who was Scylla again? I'm getting my names
He's the
mixed up.
Archdruid.
The Archdruid.
Yes, I was actually going to recommend
Something along that line,
Weirdly enough, that's kind of a good idea.
That's probably a decent one. At least in the forest, random people aren't going to stumble upon them and go, drow!
That, the forest is also a bit dark in areas, nice and, nice, area
the
for
eyes.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
If they're going to try to reconnect with nature, it's a good place to do it.
that too.
Of the two elves as well, I would prefer trying to discuss with Scylla. Whilst he is as hot-headed as his brother, he can be reasoned with a lot easier. If Merrick gets his temper up, it's very hard to calm him down.
Oh, we know.
And also, my
We
daddy
know.
dearest might be there and might,
Oh yeah, you're dead.
One of
Wait,
them.
You know,
Dad?
so, Yeah, he does.
We met
She does.
Brent's dad.
Everyone has a dad.
Yeah.
I mean, well,
One of my dads.
I mean,
potentially.
you have a mother.
Just to be clear,
But,
only
you know,
one of
and
my
then
dads.
hearing it from us, might help soothe any possible tension that's coming out that way.
And it gives us a sort of drop-off place to go to if we're ever in the neighbourhood of this town, without having to come all the way back.
Yeah.
I like it. Weirdly enough, that's actually a really good idea, Buckley.
Sorry, I just had this funny thought of it's like, would Grunt have a way of having the drow say do this, and that way my father will know you're a friend. And I thought, how would Grunt go up to her father and say, look, I'm a friend, don't worry, just sock him in the face as hard as you can.
Chin him.
Yeah, pretty much. Look, I don't
Now.
think.
25 words. I gotta word this shit. All right.
Well, you're messaging Scylla.
I mean, it's not going to take them a day to get to the surface. If you really want to, we could just say, hey, we need to talk to you about something important, and go see him in person.
I mean, yeah, because I could literally recall us whenever.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not gonna be on the surface instantaneously. It took us a while to get down here, and they've got to remove their entire city.
Yeah, I gotta pack up.
Their entire civilization down here. Yeah.
It's gonna take a while.
We have 274 elves.
Just a few.
Plus
Yeah.
supplies, logistics, etc., etc.
They're gonna need wagons.
As well as ensuring that the former slave populace can make their way out. The slaves, I'd say, would probably be able to go to New Grove.
Yeah.
I think they'd like it there.
Because
Are you
we have
also
them-
bringing the Durgar up?
No.
The Durgar
they-
do
they're-
not want to come. They're going to stay here.
Slaves is
Thank
And
fuck.
mixed races.
Yeah, I know. I've fucking been there.
And it is mixed. There's literally everything from gnomes to ogres down. The ogres,
And
you
they should
always
probably
know,
be
were
quite
always
excited
separate
having
from each
schools
other.
and
So
such
they
in
couldn't-
territory.
Excuse me.
Should go ahead and send Scylla a message about, hey, we're gonna be coming out that way a little bit.
Yep.
Or have him
need to
come.
talk to.
We need to talk to you.
Alright.
Coming up.
Dear
You want
Just
Lucilla
like
to know?
Scylla.
You cannot respond to this message.
Yes, he can.
No, he actually can.
Okay.
Yeah, message. They can't.
Seem to be running out of ink.
Help.
Yeah.
Whoopsie poopsie.
Recognizes you as the sender if it knows you and can answer in a like manner immediately. So.
Like that time
Fierce.
you used it on Alexandra.
Yeah, that's fun. Anyway,
For
dear
you.
Scylla, heading your way.
Are you etching this out in stone?
He's writing it down himself so we can count the words.
Yeah, I need to count the
He has
fucking
to
words.
count the
dickhead.
words.
Listen, just because you kill the beholder doesn't mean you get to be a cunt. Back it in.
I don't need
I
to
mean-
be a cunt.
Anyway, while he's working that out, shall we go see the blacksmith?
Your eyes lit up there, Nerwin.
Leave Buckley alone.
Nope.
He's doing his best.
Yeah, so I'll send out a sending message. Dear Scylla, heading your way soon. Need to talk to you.
Yep, that's enough.
Nice, simple, quick to the point.
Love and kisses. Smiley emote.
All right, where are you? And I'll make my way over to you.
Right.
Where's your word of recall set to?
Please stand by.
Where's your word of recall set
You
to?
can't flash recall again.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
No
my
word of
flash
recall.
recall, my word of recall is my word of recall is back at
Dusthaven.
fucking.
Duskhaven.
Duskhaven.
Okay,
The
so
temple.
maybe tell him that, but like in a day or two.
Or
I thought we were gonna
take.
head there after we left here.
Yeah, we're gonna bounce
How long's
there.
it going to take us to get to the surface from here?
It'll take you a few hours, but if you have
Word of
maybe
recall?
Word of recall will only take us to Duskhaven.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only word.
So that's what I said. So we should tell him.
It's easier to travel on the surface from
Yeah.
Duskhaven to...
Yeah, so we said we'll see him in a couple of days because some people.
Yes,
in the
Nod,
past
so
have
you can
probably
sit in the
wanted a long
corner.
rest.
I'll sleep in Duskhaven.
That's
I already had a
what I'm
rest.
saying.
I'll say this. You
Okay,
know
so
that
we're
Scylla
gonna
can take
we're
multiple
recall-
forms, and he could probably get to the top of the Dead Mountain to where the entrance is by the time you get up to the top of the Dead Mountain.
Well, first
Just keep
let's go and
rolling,
sort out
Sanji.
the blacksmith.
Yeah, we'll sort that out first.
Let's go and sort out everything we need to here, and then we'll word a recall, and then we'll work out what's coming next.
Very well. And do speak to him. We'll make our preparations, but until I get word back from you, I won't get our people out. I will have our forces escort out the refugees for the time being anyway. I doubt that they'll be exactly open fire upon once they get up to your New Grove.
That's Hey on.
Okay then, I'll stop.
Jesus.
He got fucked.
I'm missing a few hit points. I'll still be just over half when I finish.
Just fucking type /roll 6010 or something.
There, done.
About how many people are we talking about for heading towards New Grove then?
200.
We have 300 plus slaves.
Right. Okay.
There's going to be some camps outside of New Grove for a while.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
Well, maybe we can use some of this money that we found to fund new houses.
That's an option.
Charity. The fuck?
With a brand new force of laborers who would probably love to try to make their own opportunity.
And, Buckley can also fabricate a lot of shit.
Can I just point out, you guys are being very sympathetic to someone who literally just had a bunch of people enslaved, including me. I'm not saying we should be mean to them, I'm just saying, where the fuck is this charity coming from? They haven't done anything nice to me, or anyone.
I mean, we've got them to release all of their slaves and literally change their entire way of
Right,
life.
that's not them being nice, that's them not being dicks.
I poke Nazdo with
Arguably the same
my
thing.
new gauntlet, and then I sign, because apparently some people speak sign. I don't know. Nazdo's necessarily learned, but
I have
the rest
no
of you
idea, just talk to me, giant.
the rest of you probably realise I signed that. I don't really give a shit, but they made me these, so I don't care anymore.
We do it because it is the right thing to do.
No, it isn't!
Yeah, it is.
No, you already provided them enough!
It's mutually beneficial.
You literally just freed them from enslavement down here. What else do you want?
Now we're
Master
freeing them from the
Gatebreaker.
Underdark.
Do you
What?
want compensation for your time as a slave?
No, I don't want compensation necessarily. I just don't understand the level of charity we're given. But let them do whatever.
It's
I thought you didn't
Look,
care, Nazda.
you're not in my good books. I was a slave for about a month, I think, or 2 weeks. A period of time.
that's fair.
He's been to
That
sleep
is
since
fair.
It's an investment, okay? We're trying to
A month
we're trying
or
to
2
make
weeks.
things
How
better
drunk
for
were
the
you?
future.
Oh,
When he was a
drunk of
slave, he
pain.
wasn't drunk at all. I think that was the problem.
He was high on life.
I was high and getting stabbed.
Yeah, we
Can't
have
tell
a few
time when I'm not drunk.
slave masters that are a bit cruel.
It's we can discuss things like this later. For now, let's go see the blacksmith.
There's enough evil in this world, Nazdo, and we're not going to add to any more of it.
You're potentially causing a war, but that's a different story
That's
entirely.
what we're trying to stop.
People don't cause
Once again,
wars.
clarifies. I honestly don't give a shit, but these gauntlets mean a lot to me, and that's why I was chatting.
I mean, for you it's a different story, but fuck it.
Lots happened while you've been gone, Nosda.
I can tell. He's talking to fucking inanimate objects. You're still a bitch. This guy I didn't know. Shimmer's basically the only one that's the same.
Dell looks at Shimmer disapprovingly.
Yeah, basically, it's like it's one of those things where it looks at daggers. It's like literally, it's like she doesn't throw any daggers, but you can tell that she would very much like to.
So I got
Release
hit
the
points now.
Kraken! I'm the Kraken!
Master
Shimmer
Caliber.
has no idea what you're talking about.
Master Calibra, have you expended most of your magical reserves for...
Sorry, what?
Have you expended most of your magical reserve for the day?
1, 2, 3, 4. I've always spent about 5 of my magical reserves, really.
5 magical reserves, that's
Really
the
that
currency.
I need mana.
She twirls the staff, and you guys watch the crescent moon, almost a crown with the to it. It's almost like this liquid light in it, and it just slows down slightly, and the staff shines, and just a little beam just streaks over to Buckley, and yeah, you got your spell slots back.
Magic.
She's got a crown of Deus Ex Machina.
We can cast message again.
I got a crown of I'm a level 20 cleric. I do what I want.
Oh, okay.
I had this when I was fucking dating the guy. You kidding me? She does not.
Back in a minute.
Sorry, what? Alright, yeah.
She does not say that.
Okay.
So what do you guys need to head down to the blacksmith for? Their blacksmith.
I think Grunt wants to say thank you.
Oh, with the bouquet of flowers.
Flowers.
Grunt, if you can, for 3, because the other 5 we can give to Marok.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
She
Thank you.
just thumbs up.
She has the roadhog thumb up, just a big boom.
Yeah, right in the face. Just gotcha.
I mean, I also gave them like an uncommon magic item like these gauntlets is about 500 gold pieces, so I gave them a shit ton more than the gauntlets were worth in
Compensation,
recompense.
yeah.
So
Oh, so that's not worth 500 pieces. That's worth a lot more than
That's
500
worth
pieces.
more than that.
Plate by itself, not magical plate, is worth 1,200 gold. Those are worth more than that.
maybe. I was just
Right.
going by the magic item spell list, but yeah. Anyway,
To the nearest.
it's still more, even if it was rare. It's like 3 times the amount if it was a rare item. Anyway,
Yeah.
going to the
nearest magical reserve.
We'll go sort that out.
don't you start
About
talking about it'll
60
take...
minutes of magical reserve.
Yeah, don't you talk about any distance and time.
600 feet's worth of time.
Come on, guys, we're only 2 days away.
Anyway, you make your way towards the blacksmith very quickly before I start TPKing you again. Another
What do
beholder
you mean
appears.
again?
Pew, 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 pew. I've got a taste for blood. I almost got some.
I can't wait to go back into the surface.
As we're heading to the blacksmith, I will expend another level 3 spell
Magical reserve.
for another sending. Dear Aeon, there will be about 300 plus people coming to New Grove. They will be willing to work.
What?
That's about the response I was.
You're welcome.
Just send you're welcome.
And then on the end of that, you're welcome.
Kiss.
Before I full hits, yes.
What can I say except...
Hold
you're
still, you
welcome.
big bald mustached motherfucker. What? Where are you getting 300 people?
Underdark.
No, don't say that.
Why are they willing to work? I don't understand any.
Ran out of words.
Just put the job center.
Gotcha. I'll use another sending spell. Job center.
UK.
Employment agency.
Are you under the dead mountain?
Maybe.
Sending
Not
spell.
anymore.
No.
Deception check.
Deception check through sending.
Yeah.
Especially since you added 12 O's.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
No.
You fucking liar. I'm
anyway.
on my way.
No. No.
No.
So,
By the way, my
about
horse
that
came
war-
back.
Oh,
Good.
that's good.
Which means he's
Wait.
coming quickly.
No, that's terrible. No, he can't go to the dead mountain. He 100% cannot
No.
go to the dead mountain.
No.
Aeon Soul knows full well. Maybe. Who knows?
No, he knows.
It's Galgaron you don't want to go to
yeah,
Dead
he
Mountain.
knows.
Yeah,
He's
it's
there.
Galgaron we don't.
No, he's
Aeon
there.
knows.
Aeon knows.
Does he?
Yeah, he does. He was there.
Oh, he was in the fight, wasn't he?
He was there.
Ah, I forgot about
He was
that.
in the fight,
I
yeah.
was
He
thinking
disguised
Eric
himself
was-
as his father during the fight.
That
To
was
be
it.
base.
Yeah, that was it. Okay, so
No, he knows.
Okay,
God, you
he's
made me
good.
panic then.
We're good. We're good.
I don't need additional stress.
Plus, also, she's in a different part than where the entrance is.
it's kind of
No,
difficult
she's
to
literally
hide
right
Dragon
next to
in
her.
She's
America.
like right by
Oh.
it. In fact, she'll see all of these people come out, and they may well see her. Also, yeah, safety note: don't go near the construct near the entrance. It will kill people.
Useful
Who?
advice. We didn't give it a name, did we?
No, it doesn't have a name.
It has a name. No one asked
did.
Lincro what he
Of
named it.
course, we didn't ask its name. We didn't ask the name of the drow that came with us.
But yeah,
Name
so
dirty.
Dottie.
Daddy.
Does he?
No, it has a different name. Lincro named it, so because of course he did.
Ah, so
Wolfie.
it's an edgelord name.
Jack.
No, it's named Wolfie.
Wally. Anyway,
It's called Lights Hope, Champion of the Material Plane.
No, he called it
Or-
Bonker
I don't want to kill it.
because it has a big hammer and it can bonk things.
I like it.
Its fist is like a hammer. It can just go bonk, bonk, bonk.
Oh, tangent.
I mean, originally it was going to be named Leo Crow because he was going to, take control of it
Yeah, he was
through
gonna
his soul.
he was gonna like basically possess it with his own soul, but we were like, don't do that.
Ah, the big book of law.
At the dawn of time,
Chapter 0.
a Tarrasque fell over and you killed the beholder that woke the Tarrasque.
I did that.
We did that. That's-
I
you
did
did that.
that.
That's good. Yeah.
You
So-
did nothing.
I did nothing.
You
You
did
killed
nothing.
We have time. Everyone disagreed that it was the.
Ding, 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 as you approach.
What?
Oh, right. That was a different kind of ding.
Yeah, I was worried that was an alarm bell.
Ding,
I-
ding, ding,
There's
ding,
the
ding.
dragon! What?
Not the fuck.
I go in the blacksmith.
Oh shit, the dragon.
There's still a dragon down here.
Yeah, it's fine.
Good thing there's an adult dragon coming.
Be alright. Something.
Oh, they also finds that he's gonna kick the shit out of it. He can define smite with his claws.
Actually, Buckley,
If we have a sleep first, I say we take it. But anyway,
I've got one way of getting him to turn around.
What?
It's kind of a bad thing, but I can genuinely do it. Send a message to Aeonsor saying, "Grow up. We'll talk about this when we get up there, or I'm telling you, Dad, you gave me promise."
Oh my god, that's such a dick move!
Yeah,
You can't blackmail Aeon Soul, he's one of our best friends!
I can. I just shouldn't.
Also, can't. Because I used it on the. No!
So it's fine, we've established it's fine.
It's only at
a
level
waste
3 and I
of his
can't
journey.
expend.
It's a waste
More.
of a journey, but he's him. He
But
won't-
the
he
thing
won't
is,
consider it a
also,
waste.
he can then take them back to New Grove, so.
Yeah, they'll have a
Guide
fucking
people-
dragon
he'll
protecting
guide
them on the
people
way back.
to New Grove, so
I
it's
need to
probably
give him a hug. I haven't seen him in a while. Let him come.
better. Yeah, he's got a present
That
to
too.
look forward
He
to.
needs to see Nazo. So that Nazo can shake his leg.
You mean
like he
Noz
normally
don't need
does.
to see him?
Yeah, it's fine.
Looking at it on the flip side, New Grove was recently decimated, and half of its military force is now flying here.
Yes, but we killed the thing that decimated it.
Cool, we didn't know about the thing that decimated it before it decimated it. Could be someone else out there. A lot of dickbags in this world. For all you know,
I
Crumble
forgot
could have
how
taken
eager
over.
Nazdo is for
Don't even
anything.
joke.
So,
Yeah.
just saying that all these newly freed slaves, you might find somebody who's interested in their savior. Just
I mean, I'll be honest. I kind of just want to leave. I'm not in the mood for anything right now.
Wow.
that
mean-
works.
If anything,
I mean,
Wow,
I was
slavery so
enslaved here.
bad it made him lose a boner.
Not my favorite memories from here. Not to mention, there's a bunch of fucking Duragar about. Again,
if anything,
I'd rather be around mountain dwarfs.
Ainsel shouldn't come because he should still be recovering.
What makes you think he won't come even if he's injured?
Because
That
he's
is
like
true.
his dad in that regard.
Exactly. He's like
Why
his
he
fucking
shouldn't
dad.
come.
Surrounded by.
It's almost like he's the son of a golden dragon with impulse control.
If he gets lost in the
Okay.
Underdark and dies.
You said he'd meet us at the
blacksmith.
entrance.
Again, he's gonna meet us up top.
You said he'd meet us at the entrance.
Okay.
Let's leave
Yeah,
this
he'd stop in,
place.
have a chat with Mom.
Grunt is going to do what they need to do with the blacksmith.
Okay.
I haven't finished yet.
And then we'll be going out.
Okay, Grunt.
So
What
I
do
go
you-
into the blacksmith. I hand in one hand I have 3 eye stalks, and the other hand I have a note that says, "I was going to give you 8, but your queen said no."
She reads it. Okay, that's her. I've got 3 though. And she just takes them and she just like hangs them on hooks in front of her forge and looks up. And like every now and again when she's working, like she's working and she just like bats one away with the smith hammer as she goes. So like bing, 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 bing. As she's like striking something, it comes up and hits the side. And then she's just using them to fucking play with because now she can do that to him.
Yep.
That's fucking...
Suck a mistletoe.
Tender eyes.
Screw that thing.
And as she like
Anyway.
does that, she like she then goes around to the back of the forge, takes a small lockbox and just shoves it into your just shoves it against you, Grunt. Compensation.
She shakes her head. Yes, and then no, it's like I can't accept that.
I'll
I
take
can
it.
just
As you like
Oh,
shove
I'm
it
happy, by the
into,
way.
just shove it into the chest, you just watch his nostril just goes Nyeh.
and I just hold up my gauntlets and nod my head as in thank you.
Ooh, I got
I'm leaving because it's too fucking hot in here.
Yeah, you leave the very hot room as you do, Nostril. There's 500 platinum in this.
Woo!
Shit.
Oh fuck it!
Oh, you're fine to lift platinum, shut up.
We have so much fucking money, I genuinely don't know what to do with it.
I'll keep it.
I'm gonna.
Let's
buy
build
the
a
Lake
town.
District.
That's the
Towns are so much of a fucking effort in this world. Are you sure you want to do that?
That's why I'm gonna buy a Lake District.
The Lake District is a national park, there's no civilization there.
Only dwarf.
I'm gonna retire as a fisherman.
Sounds good.
You're gonna count the fish you're gonna fucking get.
Yes. Only the big ones.
He's gonna have a necklace of fish teeth.
Fish fingers.
No, it's fins.
Already fried.
Ah, what a good
Okay.
retirement.
So,
Meanwhile, Grunt's signing, complaining about how hot it is in there. It's like, it's not fair. When we get hot forges back home, we just shove snow down up.
Are we good to go then?
Alright.
Do we have everything that we need?
Think so.
Anyone? Want
Yes.
To anyone else?
No.
No.
We head to the surface, talk to Aeon, and then head home.
It took us a while to get to walk down here.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say Banff to Duskhaven.
Yeah, are we going to want to sleep before we go, if we're heading back outside
it's
to
already on the
meet
way.
our dragon friend?
It's on the way.
We have a dragon in between
Yeah,
us.
he
and
is on
dragon
the way.
friend.
As you're pondering getting back up, the 2 drow twins do come down again. We just needed to check with Our Lady and discuss what happened before coming back to you. If you want, we don't have passages that could lead a large number of people out, but there are a few that we used for our raids that we could let you come out from. They're secret
retreat
passages,
passages.
but essentially it's going to be a tight squeeze, but as he just like points at Grunt, but you will be able to get up and through it. It'll take you maybe 3 hours and it'll get you to the base of the mountain.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
I mean, should just
But
make
my
the fucking passage
question
bigger.
is, if they're gonna, if the drow and the slaves need to get out of here, are they gonna have to go past that dragon? Is that something we're gonna want to deal with for them?
If I'm honest, I'm still in favour of Banff back to Duskhaven and leaving Aeon Sol to just kind of sit there and stew for a bit.
Yeah, that's,
Why are you being a dictator on Sul today?
He's got to learn a lesson.
I mean,
You
that's
can't-
true.
In
It
this
will-
day and
it
age, you
will
cannot
teach him that when-
impulsively just go out of his way. Because if New Grove gets attacked right now, as he's left, who's he got to blame?
I mean, that's a fair lesson, I suppose. Yeah, you shouldn't just get up and leave, especially when we told him not to. So
gotta learn.
I suppose that's fair.
He's got to learn. It's
so
tough
my
love.
question is all our work going to be undone by that shadow dragon we left behind? Like, are all these drow and slaves and all that going to be eaten?
Ah.
I'm sure they have ways around.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Do they or do
There are
they
more-
not have
we
ways
have
around
we
it?
have multiple tunnels, but should things come to pass, the matron's consort and a few others would.
Yeah,
He
they have
came-
essentially a god.
They can deal with it. It's just a matter of we couldn't risk anyone leaving the city because of the constant fear of vermin encouraged by Vildakish to come and attack once they realized that we had left one of our more powerful individuals.
I mean, if Alistair's really against getting some new dragon trophy, then sure, I suppose.
I smack Grunt. Oi! Unlike you, I
Just
need
smack your ass,
this time.
And it's the
I
one
want to
time you smack
leave.
an ass and it actually is solid to hit. Just whack! It's muscle.
I haven't been in a tavern for over a month.
Ooh.
You haven't been in a
help me
tap.
God, I am fucking leaving.
I mean, one quick dragon.
No.
They're like 20 seconds.
No.
Now, I haven't fought
Start
this
to
thing,
finish.
but by the sounds of it, it wasn't just
as
one
we're all-
quick dragon.
I think they've got it.
I signed to him. They probably have some alcohol here they're willing to give you. We can take a nap and then go
You do
fight
have that
back
cake.
in dragon
Although,
features.
forewarning, guys, if we bamf back to Duskhaven and try to, have a little snooze for the evening, I almost guarantee that we will immediately be summoned to tell him what the hell happened. Because he's going to know that he's just going to know that we're in the city, isn't he? That's how he is. He's
Yeah.
going to know that we're back. And we can't just be like, oh, we've got other stuff to do, bye. He'll be like, no,
Why
come,
not?
I want to fucking talk to you guys.
So,
What?
So what do we say?
we succeeded
They were busy.
In doing what?
in preventing the Drow and the Duragar from invading the surface.
Okay. And then what if he says, cool, I've got another job for you? You just go say, sorry, we're busy.
We'll
Does that feel
say,
like a shadow dragon is the sort of thing that's going to bite us in the ass
"We need
later?
to rest."
Hang on a minute. Quick question. Since when have you become his lapdog?
What?
Since we landed?
Yeah, literally,
Landed-
since the three of us first landed in Duskhaven and got roped into, hey, we'll give you people asylum if you go and do this quest for us. That was literally how the three of us met.
Yeah, fair enough.
Ever since
but
then.
But that's a favour for a favour. Now it sounds like whatever he says you do.
Well, it's a little bit that way now because the relationship has changed.
How?
He's a lot more powerful than us.
Yeah, but there was a moment of realization where we realised if we started saying no to him, he could just squish us. It wasn't a good feeling, Nosdo.
Then I feel like you should work on a way to prevent getting squished as opposed
We
to
are.
do whatever
We
he
are.
says. Are you?
Part of that is playing along until we have a plan.
Well then explain to me things. Don't fuck for now. It just looks like you're doing whatever he says and then freeing a bunch of drow for no reason.
We have a list of items that he's trying to acquire because he's trying to remove some curse from him, and we want to find out more information about these items before we start turning the tables on him.
I'll take it.
Hey, it's good enough for you?
Well, now that I know what's going on vaguely.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so maybe going back to Duskhaven now isn't a good idea. Maybe we should continue travelling by foot. Alright, we'll take the tunnels then that they're showing us. We'll head up to the Dead Mountain, and from there we will travel to Old Fortune, and we'll help the Drow at least start getting...
We'll help them make
Somewhat,
a start. We can't
yeah.
guide them all the way. It's up to them.
Yeah. We'll get them most of the way.
We'll get to Scylla ahead of them, and then
Yeah.
hopefully,
We can explain what's going to happen.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So, sleep
And
then
also-
dra-
Because it is a bit of a fucking hassle every time that we do go to Duskhaven. I could always also see if Scylla would allow me to have my word of recall within his home. Because his place is technically God, although the God of nature, still technically a holy
Well,
ground.
it has to be your holy ground, doesn't it?
Read spell.
No, it just has to be a designated sanctuary.
Who's Scylla?
Oh
Uh,
my god. I'm
the-
gonna throw Nosto
Oh, no,
down
it
the
is to me.
stairs in a minute.
Never mind.
I mean,
Never mind me.
I've already done it earlier today.
Fuck's sake.
Oh my god.
what? I don't know these things.
Yeah, that's my bad. Yeah, it is to
Sounds like
a
a great plan.
dedicated
Who's
to
Scylla?
more strongly linked
Fuck's sake.
to your deity. This area wouldn't really be strongly linked in any way. Never mind. So yeah, it has to be in
Scylla is
Duskhaven.
the Ark Druid in Old Fortune that you guys saved from the corrupted Green Dragon.
Yeah, I didn't.
That's when you got beat the shit out of by 2 hill giants and just bounced off them.
You were there for that.
That was that forest. You did the
That was
Green
a
Dragon
long
fight
time
when we
ago. I don't
rescued
remember that
Grunt.
then.
Yeah.
When we
Yeah,
met
here.
Grunt.
That was when we met Grunt.
Yeah.
Anyway, we keep getting distracted.
Yeah. Okay. So in any case, yeah, I can't do word to recall that. But
Okay, we are leaving.
good.
We're leaving.
Okay, which way?
We're taking these secret tunnel paths that are going to take us 3 hours rather than the fucking 12 hours it took us to get here.
Yeah, because you did rest
Secret
after.
tunnel.
Secret
We'll rest in the Dead Mountain.
Well,
The
people
mountain.
people have had a short rest while we've been having our conversation.
Yes.
So anybody
Yeah.
else who needs to roll hit die? Then
You can roll hit dice as you make your way up, and you are guided, and the 2 brothers do escort you out. It takes maybe 3 hours. And oh god, I only just realized where Secret Tunnel's actually from. I knew the jingle, but I was like, "Where's it from?" Oh yeah, now I remember. Fucking Avatar. You make your way up after the 3 hours of travel, and it is tight spaces, and there are constant holes, but there are points where it is just vertical at times. And then there are some walkways and then some vertical points, and it continues like that. But the vertical points are there's always a hand ledges and there's always rope. The drow don't fuck about when it comes to making sure they don't fall on our asses. They make their way up with you, and it has already come to nighttime. It's close to dusk right now, I would say, actually, and the 2 drow are wincing as the sun is setting. And you can just see, because you're at a very high point, the enormity of the Badlands before you. And you can see across the horizon, you can probably tell that maybe beyond that horizon there is New Grove. And somewhere between there and now is where Aeon Sul is on the way.
Alright.
So for sake of ease, we'll say that you're exactly where the cart is.
Hey.
Right. Well, I guess we'll tell the drow that are with us to head on back before he arrives.
Yeah, I don't want to be the first one to encounter, apparently, the son of a dragon, so I'm going to go back in the...
We have a cart?
Yeah.
Oh
Grunt
my
pulls it.
god, if you
I
keep
thank them
asking
for their
questions.
services and their help in the
I have legs.
entire thing.
Whilst
And-
those 3 are being shits, you're being polite and
You're
sincere.
being productive.
Yeah.
Giving them and then wishing them safe travel back down.
And thank you for, really, if anything, giving our people a second chance. Some of us don't deserve it.
Yeah, but I know!
I put my hand over Nazu's mouth. Shut up.
Fuck you! I can wrestle your hand off!
The fuck you can!
Boys,
Everybody
I have my
does
fucking
it.
gauntlets over
boys,
my
boys,
polo,
don't
motherfucker.
start.
Everyone with all their 20 strength is just like, I'm gonna fight you, I'm gonna fight you back.
There's a triple threat match immediately just happens here. These 2 are trying to wrestle, and they just Grunt just dives in fucking Goldberg style and just spears Nas.
I look at him. Everybody deserves a second chance.
Yes, Shimmer.
Blue's face.
Okay.
Good luck. And I hope to see you again, and hopefully on much better terms than close to death and facing a beholder. And they both look at each other and went, holy shit, we survived a beholder, and they make the way.
You're
I
welcome.
can't think of any better way to meet somebody. Maybe a bullet. I like bullets.
What, one of these and I pull out an actual bullet?
No, like an arm.
Oh, a bullet. Right.
Bulletta.
I walk off to go see if there's any developments with Bratak.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
find
It
what's
takes
this-
maybe 30 minutes of traversing upward to actually make your way into it from where you are, and into that open chasm again. And when you get up there, you can smell the fermentation of a wine that has been opened, and the golem is still there, still caked with that now lovely multiple language. Do not fuck with this thing that was left in blood on it that's been smeared now. The bodies are still piled up like just around it of the Duragar that originally had come up here and made a very bad mistake. From there, she is kneeling down, like she sat down, like one leg up, and it's just like, a forearm over that, bottle in hand. So, you're still alive. That's somewhat marvelous.
Glad you think so.
So, how did you get on? What did you do down there?
Beholder,
If I may-
killed it.
A beholder?
Alistair.
I'm not there.
Not surprised. He's actually a dead shot. A beholder? Did you get a name of it? There are very few of those.
Wildergish. And I'm watching,
Oh,
I'm
he's
watching
gonna
her face
hate
to see
you.
her reaction.
Like, there's a moment of surprise. It just turns into, like, that wide open mouth that just has a half grin. He's gonna fucking hate you if you tell him he's been trying to kill him for decades, for centuries. He wanted to kill him because he wanted to kill him for so long for waking the beast up that gives him nightmares. And now he won't get the chance. That's excellent. Wait, did you get the eye stalks off of it?
Yes. Grunt's grabbed some of them.
The only one that I could really say would be reliable is to give those to Merok. He can make a guardian with that.
Funnily enough, we were told the same thing.
By who?
Person.
Also, Buckley's here.
I am actually very
I just
quickly
walked
the
up at
way
that
up.
point. Person.
Who told you?
Grunt signs to him and says, "It was a lovely lady by the name of none of your fucking business."
Where did you all come from?
Where did you go?
You've been
Oh, I mean,
focusing
I
on
was
talking
walking
to
by,
an
so-
adult, somewhat ancient silver dragon. You were focused on.
She does it with a smile on her face. She's not being mean, but it's like, no, you're.
We're the ones in control here.
I mean, she'll find out
Just
eventually.
carry. So, did you manage to stop the? I'm just honestly right now. You're the only new information I've had. There's only so many times you can pelt a pebble off the back of him. Well, a beholder and somebody with enough power to be able to at least give you its name, which means somebody pretty old. She's actually gonna make it. Where the fuck did I leave her? Where are you? Where are you, you beautiful? There you are.
Oh, yeah,
Wow,
I
she
still need
rolled
to get
terribly.
Still need to go to the store at some point.
She just thinks for a second. So I forget for having half a bottle of wine in a human form. I'm sure it was somebody anyway.
This is
Somebody
why
of some
I don't
distinct.
drink.
There are many reasons not to drink. In fairness, what else am I going to do? I was left it. And I have that in front of me. If anything could get to that, and me in the zone, well, I'm kind of done for anyway.
It's fair.
So, why have you not gone back yet? Why are you coming back up to...
We have some things that we have to discuss with some people, and it's quicker to reach them from here than it is to go all the way back to the city.
Fair enough. Whoever it is, if it's who I think it is, because there's one of two people you'd call and you'd stay here for. One is in New Grove, one is in Old Fortune. Either one would be here by past the witching hour at the very least. I doubt either of them would be waiting. Well, who am I kidding? Syl will probably already be here. Hop to the nearest tree and off he goes. The other one, he'll be here by witching hour.
Trees are a bit thin on the ground around here.
Could get to the entrance of this place rather quickly, and then it's not as long. Especially considering the forms he can take, that I know he can take. So then, aside from idle chit-chat with an old woman, She's just like waiting, expecting. And it's like, you gonna ask something? You gonna say something? She's like waiting for that off of.
Not especially. Was really, honestly, just making conversation.
Appreciate it.
Is
Because,
that I appreciate
okay.
if it's hard to believe. Generally, I don't take great enjoyment in talking to people.
And yet,
Nah,
talking
you don't
to
say.
me.
You can like see, just like oh god.
Really, with her current company, I can't imagine why she would ever not want to talk.
Yes.
Ram sides
really
and
have
says,
to ask,
if anything,
do you?
she talks too much.
Says the person doesn't talk at all.
She's currently like leaning against the wall, like, you know, with the shoulder of the golem somewhat between you guys. Like, you basically can just see her like through the nook in the arm. You don't have any more wine, do you?
I don't personally.
I'm not there.
I look through my bag. Do I have any more wine?
I know you brought a few bottles.
I'd give her one.
Okay, well, so this is going to be. You roll it through the golem's legs, and she just picks it up. Oh, I am not drinking that one. I've already had some of this. That will mess my stomach, but I'm having. She just leaves it in a corner. Oh, that's less wine and more just a poison. Well, you all look exhausted. You all look somewhat wrecked. I'll leave you be.
Fair enough. I'm sure we'll see you again soon.
Tell him I would like to speak to him if he is willing. I doubt it, but
Oh,
I'll mention it.
we had a short rest in the time.
yes.
We're walking. Okay. I'm going to flash recall again. Because I can do it on a short rest.
Mm-hmm.
That one. Get the create food and water. And I'll give her some non-perishable food and water.
Aww.
Whatever she
Thank you.
wishes.
This is where she says like human steak, and it's like,
No.
Nah, tofu.
Roast
I mean,
leg of
yeah.
lamb.
Okay, yeah, the food is bland but nourishing and spoils if uneaten after 24 hours. But, you know.
Yeah, you give it in the form of like a roast leg of lamb, and basically just like a proper just roast. And just
Yeah.
like the plate is slid under the thing. Because the golem looks to you as you like try to lean in with it. He's like, I'm watching you. I'm watching you. Like the hand is up, just like, because it doesn't know what you're about to do.
It's just food,
So
but
it's basi-
just food.
shivering.
I
Thank
showed
you.
him the hammer.
Just get like,
We're good. Good.
threatening it with the hammer.
You watch as the
No, I'm
golem's
not threatening
hand
it. I'm
way
just-
too
I'm just
fucking
like,
quickly just gets your wrist and just smiles at you, but lets it go.
Alright, bud.
Just get like a stick so you can just sort of like. There we go.
Well,
No.
thank you
I
for
showed
this.
the
This
hammer,
is
and it's like,
greatly.
hey, we're good. I'm a friend. Just giving her food.
Inscribed on the hammer.
This is
"Bringing
appreciated,
life was difficult, taking it away will be easy."
This is appreciated. Very kind of you. But she just looks outside. You're about 10 minutes early from my actual. She just begins eating.
Oh, yeah. Right, he does actually bring her food.
You just begin hearing, as she begins eating, from outside.
Right on cue.
And you do hear the heavy plated stomps forward of Aeon Sol as he makes his way to the entrance. His bulking form somewhat silhouetting the door, and it's pretty much just like stretches out throughout the entire cavern as he.
My friend?
What's this about 300 slaves?
Oh, they're not here right now.
I'll let you guys discuss that.
What's this about 300 slaves?
They're free. They need a place to stay. Figured you needed workers.
So you did what my father asked, and you disposed of the drow, and now there's a bunch of slaves that are free and making their.
Yes and no, only half correct.
Yes, but actually no.
We freed all of the slaves. No, we did not kill all the drow.
That seems a bit redundant. They're going to be captured again by drow.
That's because
No.
I know this is going to sound very hard to believe, but the drow struck a bargain with us that if we removed a problem for us, they would give up their slaving ways and try to commune to the surface.
That's a lot.
I know it's a lot,
For
but
me to
Alistair
believe.
did some weird mumbo-jumbo god blessing thing, and I don't know, maybe Corellin the Frethian appeared. I'm not sure what I saw. You probably know a bit better what that was about, but there was god talk. And...
Somebody's God's trying to text them.
Oh, 1 second.
that's Corellin the Frethian
No,
telling me that
I
I'm
can't
totally wrong
craft
in
that
every
yet.
respect.
Please
You
stop.
got it half right.
Yeah, and the thing was in return for murdering a pretty awful beastie, they would try their best. So that's the story of how we killed a beholder. Except Alistair did all the work, really.
A beholder.
Yeah.
You're fine now, sir. Shut it.
And you just hear from like inside. Because bear in mind, you're still like sat off to the side in a corner. He's not even noticed you yet because you're like sat off away from where Bratak can see you. He stepped up towards where they are, and you just hear Bratak from inside. Vildakesh.
I thought you said we shouldn't mention that.
Ansel doesn't mind. It's his father who minds.
Aeon, please don't mention that.
Okay. Well, I'm not. I may be my father's son, but I'm not a fool. I will not be mentioned.
I'm not there.
You are there.
You are there.
I'm not.
I thought they wandered off and we stayed
Yeah.
behind.
But yeah, that's what
That's
I
what I
thought. That's
was
what I
saying,
thought
Simon.
happened.
That's what
Half
you
an hour
thought.
walk.
That's
then
what I
everyone
thought until
walked up.
everybody turned up and joined the conversation. So I was like, oh, I guess the party's here now.
No.
I'm chilling with Alistair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I'm
guys
not
are
part
still
of the
outside.
conversation.
I would say you guys are outside, and you did see Aeon Sol fly overhead.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, if
someone
that's
to
the
miss him.
case, fucking come here.
You're running up after him now. He's maybe like 100 feet away from you in the entrance.
Double
Oh,
dash.
also, Aeon, brace yourself. We found a friend.
Really? What the?
Kneecapped.
Nosto?
Hello.
How are you alive?
I don't know. I
Please,
genuinely
please,
don't know.
please put your arm away from there. Put your arm away from there. That's still tender. Please move that arm. Move that arm.
Yeah,
Ow!
Nosdo, he got almost as fucked up as you did, so be gentle.
Oh, okay, gentle hug.
Thank
As
you.
he shags his leg.
No, I need to sleep first and a drink. Speaking of which,
From the fucking keg that you got.
I pictured much like how Nosdo and how Spook and Stanji go. You two were just outside, like passing that keg back.
I don't drink.
what's with the golem thing?
That's another long story. We'll explain on the way.
Bratak pokes her head like over its shoulder. What a loud little.
Oh, you've not met. This is not
No.
Gatebreaker. He's part of our sort of original group when we
And just because it's easier, I'm going to move her onto the map so you can see her,
when we
Nosdo. But
first
this
started
is.
out as adventurers. Nosdo was with us, and then
I make shit.
some things happened, and we lost him for a bit, and then we found him.
I was a slave.
I'm glad you're no longer a slave then.
Yeah, so am I. Tell me about it.
I just go over and I lean down. And I'm just like, "It's Aeon's mother. Be polite."
I am. Hi.
Hello.
So this.
He walks up and goes, "Hi, I'm a big fan of your work."
Are you a dragon as well?
Yes.
Yes. That's where
Fair
he gets
enough.
his silver from.
Oh, okay.
He's in his human form right now, but when he's in the half dragon form, which I don't think you've actually seen, Nazdo, but there is basically it's a priority gold with a side tint then of.
It's Electrum.
You're shiny.
I'm aware. Yes. Mostly the armor, but yes.
Oh
So,
shit! I'm still covered in blood because my armor. I'm just gonna take it off and start cleaning it.
So
Fuck! I forgot.
bring this to me again.
Yeah.
You made a deal. Like, I want to believe you, all of you. But how do I know that you've all not just had your minds messed with by Drow?
Because I can definitely tell you that I was not part of this deal. They were making it on their own. I did not agree to most of it. I just wanted to kill shit, and I don't think their minds.
That doesn't surprise me with you, in all honesty.
I'm just saying.
Well, okay, that's understandable to think we may have been mind controlled, given the stance. But, however, I am very wise, and I don't. No, I actually.
Okay, I want to say some either Damara or Buckley have been talking. So I'd say one of you two make a persuasion check with advantage, because everyone is trying to. Well, he'll tell you're fucking lying. Christ.
All right.
You're not lying. You're trying to persuade him.
I know, but
Yeah.
he's like, I'm trying to spot. The
Okay, with
continuity.
advantage.
Oh.
Well, it's more just a case of he has successfully perceived that you are telling the truth.
And also, that new fang on Alistair's necklace is from the Beholder.
That's it.
Can I see it?
I'm outside.
I don't rip it off. I just want to look.
I'm still
By the
outside.
way, the
Well, I
tooth
can
that you
still point
took.
to you and say that you're there.
Because imagine you followed Nazdo, otherwise you'd be left out alone.
I'm okay, being out of my own.
He's by himself.
I'm feeling brave at the moment. I'm feeling
Hello, my dear boy.
jacked.
No, don't do that.
Oh,
Hey,
go bad.
perfect
I'm gonna
end
go
for
back to
tonight.
that.
Well,
I'm so stressed.
also to say this now, Spook, you had to take one of the most furthest back ones. Otherwise, all his teeth are literal megalodon sized fuckers.
Yeah, it wouldn't fit on the necklace. Oh yeah, I figured as much.
You had to rip out a back bastard.
Yeah,
Thankfully,
you
they're all incisors.
had to get one of his wisdom.
So Alistair has a new tooth which you could identify. That'll prove the Beholder part of the story.
Okay, well, I believe you all. Okay, we are going to need to try and discuss this and as he's saying that, there's an arcane shimmer behind him. As the teleportation circle is activated. And in comes Merok Firesoul with a bag strung over his back, black or brown burlap. Alright, Pratak,
Hey, Merrick.
well, you've all gathered.
Who's this guy?
You know him.
There's a split.
Nosto?
There's
What the?
There's a couple of seconds where you can tell that Damara is genuinely considering turning around and walking back into the tunnel.
Sorry, remind me who he is?
Merrick
The mayor
Firesoul,
of Dusktale.
fire, boomy boom man.
That doesn't explain much.
Not me, the other
The
one.
mayor.
The high
He's
elf
also the
ruler of
The
Dusktale.
mayor! Right, the mayor I
mayor.
know. Okay, cool. Hello!
The guy
Nosto,
who-
how are you alive? Where have you been?
I've been a slave, I almost died, then I almost died again, then there was a beholder. Just
Wait,
Hello.
When he says
You got
beholder,
the lot
I just
too.
shove 5 beholder eye stalks into his
Yeah.
head.
that one. I'll go drink with Alistair, I feel like he's alone when I leave.
Aeon? Sully, what's going on?
Did he just?
Yes, you just call him Sully. And so just points a finger at him. I told you to never call me that in front of them. They'll never not call me that.
It's
You are
okay.
correct, sir.
We will call you that.
You are correct, sir.
Okay, well, firstly, gross. Secondly, Aeon is, and he's just, Aeon Soul is just not like, apparently, Apparently they made a deal. He just puts a finger up to all of you. I don't lie to Mera.
He's not gonna
Father,
like
I
you.
will dance around,
You're not
but I will
gonna.
not. I'm aware.
He's not gonna like it.
I'm aware. It's almost like I know his reputation with.
I take a sidestep, so I'm standing behind Buckley.
And I
Buckley takes-
start
Buckley takes a
walking
step behind
back
her.
into the tunnel with Del behind me.
Just get behind the illusion.
I'm not fireproof.
I stand there.
It's like, sup, bitch.
Oh wait, yeah, I am. I'm not fireproof, but I'm resistant.
Well, you're not resistant to his fire.
Because it's very fiery.
That's
fire.
my line.
Bitch, you took it from him.
Fair enough.
Anyway,
Firstly, anyway, I need to feed your mother, so let me just do this. He just,
alright.
takes the he just takes the bag and just like slides it underneath the golem's feet, and it's just like, thank you.
That is
Ooh,
who I
you
was
got me
supposed to
chicken.
ice talk to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Thought so.
Yes, I'm very aware of these eye stalks. What do you expect me to do with a bunch of eye stalks?
I don't know. We've had 2 people tell us that you could
Grab
use
try.
them.
Bertog like leans like through
Yeah.
the legs. You can make a little buddy.
Hello, buddy.
Hello,
Hello,
a little bit.
Wait a second. Are you talking about making? Are you really talking about making one of those? She just leans back in. Yep. Make yourself a little buddy.
Hello, buddy.
Apparently, the great conversationalist.
But
buddy.
Okay, well, I'm going to put these. Hey, he's just like looking for someone to hold him. Give me back out that bag. So she just takes the food out. The empty bag gets slid out. He puts the stalks in it. Okay, that's going to be a project. Now,
Everybody needs.
and Aeon
projects.
still points back to him. Now, apparently they made a deal with Drow. You just see the eye twitch for a second. Just like a brief.
Still behind Buckley.
Still not there.
Why? I thought the whole purpose of going down was to deal with the Drow, not deal with the Drow.
You see, that's where clarification is important.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm going to stop
I mean,
talking.
The Drow are treacherous. I don't know what you're all laughing at or finding this funny. They betrayed an entire race.
Yeah, and they're pretty bitter about that, actually.
I signed
Tough
some
shit, I
other
don't
big
care if they're
slavery.
bitter.
They gave me these gauntlets. I don't give a shit.
Get the fuck out, woman.
There is,
I'll step in at this point and listen in.
So, as I sort of said before, man of the moment, did some weird god channeling things, and some sort of representation of Corel and Lorethian appeared to speak to them, and also they killed Loth, and we saw her body.
or a demon of Loth.
Very, very dead. And this spiritual summoning of Corellin went and had a look at it and was like, yeah, no, that seems like the real deal. But ask him, because he was the one who was channeling this spirit magic thing. Not very good at gods.
I just want to
No,
whisper
just-
to Alice.
Channeling the divinity.
I don't want to say I told you so, but I kind of told you so.
I cannot. You believe what you're saying. I can tell that.
They released all of the slaves as
Hi!
part of this thing. They said they would release all of their slaves, and they did it there and then. They're on their way back.
The slaves are.
Yes.
Okay, well, I know not to bombard that then. You treated with the matron?
Yes.
You treated with that treacherous bitch?
Yes.
Yes!
I have to see this, or I'm not going to believe any of it.
I mean, please don't make us go back down there. We just got to the surface.
Oh, I can take you down there.
But you won't.
I don't want to go back.
I'm not going!
He
Can
just
I,
looks towards
can
Ansel.
I reiterate the whole part where we fought a beholder and all loads of these guys are like pretty screwed up?
Which is why I'm very, and as he's like, beginning to try and spit fire, and almost literally, Ansel just like grabs his hands, just like together, just like not in a grip, but is like a over. Merrock. They've taken gambles with us before on a lot. They've been willing to do dangerous shit. And I know none of them have been fucked with by magic. Check yourself if you want. But I honestly think that these kids might have just done something that we couldn't do. I want to believe them.
Well, you should.
I'm glad you do, because we also have to persuade Scylla at some point.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Merrick just like, just pinches his nose. He'll probably dig down there himself and check.
There is a way that you can check if you want to go speak with her. She has a ring. And the weird spirity thing said that she needed, like, I assume you two, I don't know, because everybody likes to use code names because that's what cool kids do apparently. But she's got like a gem in the ring to represent her blessing from Corellin.
What code names were used?
Bear.
The bear and the phoenix, though I am
The dipper and the big plough.
It's very funny.
All pubs have
Though
been thrown out
I
of.
am aware that other creatures exist in this universe, but everybody thought that they were referring to you, so I thought I'd ask. But I'm aware that there are creatures such as.
You just watch as Merrick just like begins doing this to his robes and just like pulls them down as he turns his back. And
Whoa,
you can
whoa, whoa,
see
whoa.
on the
Okay.
entire
Hello?
back from back of his neck, which by the way has several still somewhat fresh knife wounds in there from his unfortunate incident with your people down. A tattoo from top to bottom. A tattoo from top to bottom, like down to like the very base of his back, and his entire back shoulders is the design of a phoenix.
That's fucking awesome. Can I have one?
No.
And as he's like talking with you guys, as he's like, you can almost like see there's a flaming pulse through it, through like the very like it's not just like a silhouette of it; it's like very detailed feathering of it. And as there's like a heartbeat of him, like you can almost like count it to his heartbeat. The flame just like from top to bottom, it's like a light just goes whoop up, whoop, whoop.
Okay, yeah, that looks.
We were right in our thinking on that.
That looks pretty magical.
I want one.
You can't get one like this, but we can get you something pretty.
Well,
Also,
I
Now-
don't
I'm so
expect
amazed
like
you're alive.
pulsating. Jesus
Now,
fuck.
now, Merrock.
So yeah, she's had the blessing of the sun, and she needs to get the one from the phoenix and the bear. Was what we
She's
said.
gotten it from the star.
The star. That's the one.
Sorry, yes.
I'm the sun, and Scylla's the moon.
Ah, yeah.
Now,
I definitely know what's going on.
Merrock, we're not saying you have to forgive her. We're not saying you have to
I
give her
can't.
your blessing. That's understandable. For what we have been told and everything that has gone down, we fully understand. Shit cannot be forgiven if that's what it is.
As far as we can tell, they do honestly want to be given a second chance.
Yeah.
Buckley, make a persuasion check with advantage. I was like, motherfucker has to roll a 20.
Boom, bitch!
Yes!
Thank God.
Anything
No,
else would
I
have
rolled
been
a
like,
25,
mistake
motherfucker.
is doubt.
Real mean shit afterwards if this didn't go well, so that's probably for the
Oh,
best.
yeah, no. That would have been a... Right up the pooper. Anyway.
He's just like, there's a moment where he's just like leaning against the wall. It's just like his hands over his mouth, like just a finger up against the eye, and he's just shaking his head. Like, it's like a good 5-10 minutes of him just like processing. And anytime anyone tries to like speak to him, he just like puts up a hand because he's trying to process this. And you can just tell that he's usually somebody who's, while hot-headed, he keeps like he's able to avoid showing like anything aside from just outright anger or joy. He usually lets those express out very heartfelt things. You can just see his hand is just shaking next to his face as he's thinking.
I want to walk up to him and touch the tattoo if you'll let me.
He's already covered it back up.
Bollocks.
Jesus.
Never mind.
But if you do put your hand towards his back, it's warm to the touch.
Ooh. Cozy.
Feel really awkward because of those knife wounds.
Yeah.
By the way, the knife wounds were, one was aimed at the lung, one was aimed at the kidney, and one was aimed at the back where the heart.
Yeah.
Basically, they fucked him.
Yeah, expert work. It takes. Yeah.
It would take several very skilled people with knives to do it.
I know that full well because I'm one of said people.
You didn't do it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be standing here.
Yeah.
I know that, but I know the method is what I meant.
The correct answer to that is I know, otherwise he wouldn't be standing there. That's your correct answer.
No.
And you failed.
The thing is, too, is that we still need to talk to Scylla about all this, too.
So Scylla's gonna. If it's me, first, Scylla's gonna be a lot more manageable than I.
Well,
And you can just see currently he's just rubbing his hand over his ring finger, and there is the simple silver band that's on it, and it's just almost just something he's focusing on when he's nervous.
kind of like a nervous tick kind of thing of
Yes,
kind of rolling
exactly.
it. Yeah. Now, I mean, this might be overstretching as well, and I can fully understand that. Because although we at first thought maybe having them go to New Grove, but at the same time, that might have been possibly too close to Duskhaven.
That's too close to Galgarond.
Yeah. We also thought of...
If Galgarond were to visit or spot them, we could not deter him, I don't think.
Yeah. Which is why we also wanted to talk to Scylla of maybe housing them. But again, that might be overstepping.
What's Dalmara and Buckley's password?
22.
25.
$15.
Now's the...
See ya.
Hey!
Hey, Darren.
Hey!
As
How
you're
you
talking, and Scylla, Marok is looking towards the golem. He's looking towards you guys. But he's not focused on anything else right now. His mind has just gone whop into this. But you both, you feel the breeze coming in from outside, and you get a smell off of it. And you can just see the dust patterns of where dust has been building up just outside the entrance. That there's somebody invisible standing just at the... All you can see are the boots. But it's such a faint build-up that only because you both are so keen, you're noticing this build-up is in the shape of a foot in this way. And it's as if, say, if they're standing next to the door, it's their right foot that's building up everything because their left foot is, it's their left foot building up everything because the right foot is against the wall kind of thing, leaning in. I'll move back up.
Was that the dragon?
I can't remember.
If I'm correct, that was what's it called? Its mom.
What? Hello.
No, that's alright. Don't worry about it. Keep going.
Where are you? At the
Me?
moment? Alistair, where are you? Have you
No.
actually come in now?
Yeah, I'm listening.
I'm asking where are you? Are you close? Or are you off to the side somewhere?
I'm a, in a circle, sort of listening to what's going on. I'm paying attention.
Okay. I'm asking where are you? Close? Or are you off to the side somewhere?
I'm in a circle, sort of listening to what's going on. I'm paying attention. I'm in a circle, sort of listening to what's going on. I'm paying attention. don't know how close you wanted me to get. You kept indicating. Can I help you?
Alistair, I make sure to cover my mouth. I need you to use your Wraith Vision.
Okay. I will use my Wraith Vision.
And look out the door.
Andrew gets shifted away.
Right,
And he gets taken away.
Blue. Quick question.
Yes.
What was the name of the person that Creosol told you to kill, but you didn't because that person told you Creosol's scheming shit?
Guan Chi?
Guanchi, yeah.
Gonchi, that was the one. Thank you. That's all I needed. Did you tell me about that?
Yes, we did.
Yes, yeah, we did.
Okay, cool. Fair enough.
Yeah, because that we were telling you that's why we didn't really trust Galgron anymore.
Yeah, I just forgot.
Because we got information
Yeah, he told us a bunch of information, and it all lined up perfectly.
lined up perfectly.
Yeah.
Did he? Oh, never mind.
A smile.
I look at him and raise an eyebrow.
If he's smiling, must be a good thing. That's out of character, by the way.
I try to do it somewhat subtly, but like I'm looking at Alistair, and while my hands are folded with one of my hands.
Well, you're also kind of hiding behind me.
Yeah, so while I'm looking at Alistair, I wait for him to look at me, and I sort of like move my hand towards one of my knives, like with a questioning look. I stop in that case. He shakes his head, then I stop doing it.
Yeah, he shakes his head and you stop. And Merrick is just there.
It is a lot to process, I know. But
You've never done me wrong, Council. We've taken gambles throughout decades. This is a fucking lot.
Yeah, no kidding.
Is it?
Yeah.
For me,
yes,
Yes.
I was there when the betrayal happened.
yeah.
All this is a build-up of centuries that you're all just telling me to drop. Drop not even of a hat.
We're not asking.
Again,
We're
not
not
telling
asking
you
you
to.
to just drop it. But you've at least listened to us, which was a start.
No, at this point, we're basically telling you to.
I ain't saying shit.
We've done our part, and we've done the best we can.
Considering you killed a beholder, yes, definitely. That's the, and apparently you've communed with Corellian, and you've.
Oh yeah, that's all.
The matron
that's
has
all
been able to
Okay.
do that with him.
That's all him. You got to talk to him about that.
Yeah.
And Alistair, I don't even know where to begin. First time I met you, you were a little runt with a bow and arrow coming into Duskhaven, and now look.
Big runs.
Wait, what's changed? He looks the same except his eye.
Yes, and that eye alone is a massive change.
Is it?
Yes.
Yes.
It doesn't participate that much to his looks. I mean, he looks a bit more hipster.
It's, more
Well,
what
it's less-
It's what it symbolises, Nonsto.
Yeah, it's more the meaning
it
than the
signifies
actual
him
one.
as the champion of Corellian Nerethian.
Who the fuck is that?
It's a pretty big
An elven
deal.
god.
He's a pretty big deal amongst the elves, like how Moradin is a pretty big deal amongst you dwarves.
Like, you just see Merrick just like pinch his brow, then I was, God, I wish it was as simple as him. So much easier.
It's fucking great.
I mean, yeah. To be honest, he is. He is a great god. Anyway,
I'm going to need to see her. I will need to speak with her.
That's fair. That's fair.
Right.
I'm pretty sure
Expected
she'll
as
want to
much.
speak with you as well.
Oh, she definitely does.
Yeah, she does.
And I'm not going there without people I trust for years.
Right.
People that I know that I can put my life on the line with, and they'll be there with me, like Scylla and Aeon.
That's fair.
Right.
Pretty sure she would anticipate that as well.
But I can't do it now. I have to go back to.
Don't expect you to.
Yeah.
I have to go back to Duskhaven because I do keep tabs with Galgrond often, and I have to check up on him and how he's recovering. And that's the last of my duties for the day.
Now,
Gods above.
just a quick one. So you're gonna go back to Dusthaven, talk with him. How do we know that you're not gonna spill the beans?
Because I haven't told them about her yet. He
But-
points inside Super Top.
Oh yeah, Nosdo, Galgron doesn't know about.
Her being alive.
Yeah, if you tell him,
She's
I will
supposed to
literally
be
burn your
dead.
tongue out.
She's supposed to be dead, and us telling him that she was dead is how we almost got squashed the last time we saw him.
Can I just tell you, the less you tell me, the better.
Good. I'll give you a memory wipe later.
But how can he not read your mind? I mean, he seems like he could kick the shit out of anyone. So
He can
to
kick
me,
the
he's
shit out
an
of a lot of
all-knowing god.
people, but he doesn't believe he has to force truth out of me yet. And he knows full well I will fight against any magic he tries to cast on me because he knows I'm a stubborn prick.
Fair enough.
I'm loyal to him.
Huh.
Also loyal to the betterment of the world. And when things don't make sense to me, I question it. And I'm playing the long game. So I like to try and find out everything I can, and keeping her alive, and trying to figure out this corruption, its cures, its treatments, and how it can be mended, how it can be handled. Because she's not as bad. Being able to treat a light case could mean I can treat a more severe case.
Did we not tell him the thing that we learned?
I can't remember. I'm really tired.
You mean what you learned with the Bard? Or what you learned from Guan Chi?
Yeah, about how to...
Neither.
Okay.
You told him.
Neither we have told him. Yeah.
Should we?
So why not?
We think...
Ah,
Great.
go badly.
I mean, to be honest, at this point, I think we've. He has
Okay,
enough on his
I
mind
need-
to process.
No. I want transparency right now.
I'm flashing
I
back
don't handle being lied with well.
Oh,
I'm
it's-
glad he's here.
Neither do we, but we have to take
This
it.
is pointing
every now
towards
and then.
this.
I'm just flashing back to the
True.
fact on my character sheet there was the phrase, "Why am I doing all the fucking talking?" written on the front.
I
Hey, I'm
don't
trying to
like
help here.
lying a lot. And I like trusting you, all of you. The fact that this has only happened in the last 24 hours and you've had to do everything down below and now you're coming to me with it, I
We
do
get a lot of
appreciate that.
information from time to time, and we have to process a lot of stuff. We don't get a chance to
Yeah,
necessarily
we
call
haven't-
back in
yeah.
and update everybody on every little detail.
We didn't even get. This is the first
You
time we've
have
seen
a
you.
chance now.
It's the first time we've seen you since we came back from Distone. We didn't even Distone. No,
Rodhaven.
that's
Right, even, yeah.
yeah. We didn't even see you when we came back from that because we got sent out almost immediately.
Okay. Then we can have a bit of time now.
Right.
I had a vision on how we can go about purifying the corruption, but it's
Wait,
not. It's an easy process, but it's not an easy requirement.
Okay, well, tell me.
It requires certain components that are not easy to get.
It requires holy water, which is fairly easy.
That's easy enough to get any anointed cleric.
But we
Buckley's
also
right here.
need the heart of a reasonably strong demon.
Ah, therein lies the rub. Okay.
Yes.
So we know how to do it, but we still can't really do it.
That's dangerous because unless you act quick enough on a demon's remains on the material plane, they tend to melt away.
Yeah.
So you have to rip it out quickly, or you have to rip it out of their body while it's in the hells or the abyss,
Yeah.
And
and that's where their bodies will remain.
And if you get their blood everywhere, it can cause a problem. Unless you've got the holy water.
So we know how to go about doing it, but it still
How?
doesn't really help us.
A vision from Corellian, was it?
It was, yes.
Okay.
There was also another possibility.
I'm
It
listening.
didn't require the demon heart.
Okay, that's a step up, but I imagine there's another cost.
However, I told you guys this. It's the whole thing about going up the giant ass fucking waterfall.
Oh, the waterfall of healing. Yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Remind me?
There's
So
it's
way
part of
out
the
west, was it?
part of that legend.
Oh yeah.
there's a legend of which there is a mountain, a mountain lake basically, that was anointed by the gods, more or less
Okay.
standing,
Way out
that can heal any corruption. However, there is a guardian, and to get the favor of said guardian of the lake, there's a lot of complicated shit you gotta do, I think.
Okay, well,
We had to
there's
go and
the...
collect the tears of one of the gods, didn't we? Was that one of them?
No, that's for all... this is me out of character. That's all like Galgron's.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, that's Galron shit.
No, there was
It's just the
something
fact
else.
that you need a trial. It's more like a trial more than anything.
Yeah, it's a major trial that we have to do for this guardian to then basically be given
Okay,
access
well,
to it.
This allows us to avoid. I honestly, I know that myth. I thought that was a myth. I thought that was all it is, because there are legends of things in this world that are either long since destroyed or pointless to try and investigate. And I'm going to be honest, I just don't have the time. I would
Well,
have done some of
that
this
one-
myself.
That one we heard from.
No, I think the legend says that it's made from the tears of the gods. I think
Ah, that
is
was
what
it.
that's
Yes.
what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tears of
yeah,
the gods.
I found it
Upon
now.
seeing the sins upon their children on the
Yeah,
material.
waterfall
plane.
that pours from the clouds, supposedly from Mount Celestia. The water could bring back a person from death and restore them. It can always fix corruption. It's from the tallest peak of the mountain. About a week past Distune, waterfall has a guardian, and then theorizing of. This is out of character, by the way. I'm not saying this in character. The theorizing that possibly Galgorand has actually found this place, and maybe that's the water that's inside his healing pool. But we're not sure, because I think it was reported that the water would lose its potency if you took it. Maybe, but we don't
It's
know.
all
We're
myth
sure.
and
We don't know because
rumour.
it's a legend, so we don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
you just
way
clarifying
out
that out of
west.
character.
It's way out
Okay,
west.
well, that's.
Haha, notes.
That
I want-
what I had was from memory.
I want to try that with Bertak.
That's going to be a journey and a half.
That's a journey and a half, and I don't have the time to do it.
Same.
But
We're on
I
I just feel like we're just constantly sending you out on missions. Like, you're not getting a moment's rest. You're going to die from exhaustion before the point.
Yeah, tell
No.
us about it.
Bloody nearly happened with us. Look, if there's going to be refugees, and I'm going to be speaking with the matron, if that happens, and I still need to speak with Scylla, I'm going to be busy tomorrow making contacts with people. But if those slaves are going to be on the way up, Aeon, you can wait here, I think, and make your way with the slaves, because I think they'll probably get brought up through here or something like that.
Most likely.
Yes.
What are you
Okay.
gonna tell the big guy? We need to get our
I'm
story
going to tell
straight.
him that I have a mission of such import that I had to cast a very powerful ring of silence around all of you while I said it, so that the whispering eyes of bastards like Guan Chi won't see it or hear it. And I'll send you on another task that I genuinely do not want to repeat, because the more it is told, the more
Good.
likely spells like legend lore could detect it.
Yes.
That's going to be my plan. I'm going to. This has been something we've done before, so he'll believe me on it, and it's not a lie. I mean, we are in a place which is pretty dense to magic. She's entirely nullified inside there, and I'll say that to him. And I'll say that the slaves have been freed. I'm not lying. And that they'll be making their way to New Grove, and that Aeon is going to be escorting them. I think it'll be the best idea for now that Scylla and this is going to be a talk and a half with him, but I'll speak with him. But getting I cannot believe these words are coming out of my mouth, getting the Dark Elves to Old Fortune.
If he asks about us, just say that we're resting and
You're resting and
assisting
completing
with-
tasks for me.
We're assisting with setting up the freed people.
Also, we're not going to talk about the wind at the door.
Don't think so.
Okay,
What?
cool.
Probably Nazda.
No,
alright.
Nazdo's over here.
Yeah, but he creates a lot of wind.
I'll do. Yeah, wind, all me.
Both Merok and Aeon looked out towards the door.
I want to insight check Alistair.
Make an insight check, Alistair. Whisper me your charisma check that you want to do.
I'm not going to look at his screen. That was the crap roll.
And before people move.
It's probably the wind. They both look out. You can't see anything.
I force a fart out.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Saving throw check.
Check actually.
It's really high pitched because it's forced.
See if it's high
Well,
pitched.
hopefully he just hasn't misjudged it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
You try to force one out, but you feel like you're about to misjudge it.
Yeah, that's tough.
In a turmoil.
Yeah, there you go.
Shot.
You just watch as Merok's eyes just flash for a second.
What?
Those parts will do that.
Merok casts See Invisibility.
I immediately step in front of him. And start
My
talking
farts
to
aren't
him.
visible. What?
You didn't see the thing was that I wasn't insight checking you about the wind because I already know there's something there. I was insight checking you to try and see why you were lying. If that
He
affects
seems like
anything.
it seems like it was more like a you don't need to worry about that. In the case of no, he needs to fucking you Alistair, I need you to make an initiative check.
Ooh,
Ooh.
I'm good at them.
The fuck is going on?
He gets advantage on initiative, technically.
He does.
Ah, roll like poo though.
Thankfully, so did Merok. You begin moving into his direction. What do you do the moment he sees this? He sees what he sees, and he just begins raising up his hand. What do you do?
Oh, he did see it.
It's
Oh yeah, he casts see invisibility.
Invisibility.
He sees it, and he's raising his hand
I
to
grab-
cast a spell.
I grab his hand and I say, "We need another talk."
Oh,
We need another talk.
What is happening?
alright.
The fuck is going on?
What is going on?
Why the fuck is
Everything.
he here?
Who?
Want you.
He's probably here to make sure that he's probably here to try and not be lied to like everyone else doesn't want to be lied to, if we're being honest.
Oh.
You've lost the fucking right. What?
No, I have the only right. Because either you're unaware or you're lying to us as well. So either you need to give us some
Alistair
answers or
would
you
watch
listen.
your mouth.
I
He's-
will not watch my
He's
mouth.
telling the truth.
I have been through hell and back, and you've been through hell and back, so you know exactly the kind of hell that we've been through. But for some reason, you're still covering up for him, and I want to know why. Either you don't know, or you're lying to us.
And your face says that you don't know.
Which is, in some way, is worse.
I just put my face in my hands and go, what the fuck is going on?
We've all been lied to. Every single one of us here has been lied to by the same person.
And you just watch Aeon Sol, who has no idea who's at the door. He has no idea what's going on. What are you talking about? Who has been lying? And as he says that, the magic dissipates. As he steps forward, Lord of Duskhaven, Galgorond, the Golden Dragon, is the one who's been deceiving us all. As Guan Chi is at the damn door. That's where we're going to end the episode!
Oh, we got a lovely conversation to look forward to in a week's time.
No killing in the Dead Mountain.
I mean, it is Dead Mountain.
Wait.
Oddly enough, you are at the very steps of where these two men last saw each other, and one attempted to.
Nice.
Well done,
All right.
man. That was a good speech. I hope I back
Let's put it this way: your natural 20s have to keep coming, because it's like he's been stabbed in the back a lot, and he presumes by these people, and you're doing this. It's like what?
We're basically telling him, there's people that backstabbed you? No. They didn't even have the knife, bro. Basically.
Hey, you know this entire thing that you've basically built up your life over for the past sort of like 30, 40 years? All of that's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're saying this to both Aeon Soul and Merok, while
Yeah.
Bertak is in the corner watching all of this.
I know this.
Christ, the only person that's not here is the man himself.
And here's to hopefully not ever seeing him at this point in time.
Hey, chug. Right, well, I guess we'll deal with that next week.
And then there's Shimmer.
And then, I ain't even started with you yet, mate!
Why can't everyone just
I
be
love
normal
them.
like Shimmer?
Yeah, really.
The amount of times...
Non-magic users.
The
I
amount
don't
of
know
times
what's going
in
on.
this session where me and Spook have exchanged a look.
Here, guys, here's a drinking game for you. Take a shot every time.
Bullshit happens.
They make you to look.
Oh, no, see, you can't do that, because then everybody's just gonna be fucked. Like the
That's the
first
plan.
2 minutes.
Alright, we'll see you guys next week for whatever the fuck that's gonna be.
Bye-bye,
Yeah.
everybody.
Fun.
Bye!
Fun, 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 fun.